for the Enigma Black Hole a lot of the time. Just the extra cast range that you're able to get means that you get rebound from a ridiculous distance. Same sort of thing with a Dispose. So it's a really good Rubik game. I can understand why Hydra were wanting to
Dire team
prioritize it,
pick.
as well as the fact that Gilgia just had a fantastic game on it. So at least the Hoodwink does some damage, right? Any kind of rotation, you have the potential to convert a kill into an objective. You've got the Dragon Knight
10
for the
seconds
objective and the
remaining.
kill setup, and or even Hoodwink for the kill setup. You got the Sharpshooter.
5
It's an
seconds
okay amount of
remaining.
damage. And they don't have, like, there's the Trio Protector, sure, but Enigma and Marcy don't do fantastic jobs of clearing out waves. So you're going to be able to be in a situation where you're going to be on the better end, at least in my eyes, of shoving out these lanes.
Radiant team ban.
Well, you're calling for it for quite some time. Finally, Hydra able to pick this one up. What is the response gonna be? I'm quite concerned for Hellraisers, honestly. I feel like Hydra with the first 4 heroes. I look at the Bristle, the Rubik. That's really what's bringing me over. Like, I know you said
5
Hoodwink
seconds
DK is a pretty good combo. I think the damage has definitely fallen off though with the DK Fireball. So the burst potential not as strong. DK overall though, with just being able to take objectives is really nice. Something that they were kind of requiring with their lineup. So I know I like Hydra's lineup at the moment though. I think they've done a very good job to set themselves up with a successful draft.
I like the Bloodseeker ban as well, obviously against the Bristle. I think they're probably going to want to need to get rid
10
of the
seconds
Viper
remaining.
as well, just because. Well, I mean, it would have to be a Viper mid, right?
5
Which
seconds remaining.
it's doable, but I think in Hellraiser's end, they might just end up giving it over to Rabel. They might put Watson on the Tiny, or just something that builds into the Silver range if they don't feel comfortable going Viper. Because you want break against both DK and the Bristle.
No, you cannot void.
Dire team ban.
No, Chug or Lifestealer is what I would be looking into.
I'd like a Lifestealer. I think you're. I think it's a very good Lifestealer game. They've got nothing to go through, of course, similar to the Juggernaut, but I feel like this hero is going to mold down and kind of
10
tanky. Heroes a lot
remaining.
easier. And I think his item
And build
build
Silver Edge.
5 seconds
is a
remaining.
big one. The Erasers, I'm trying to look at this Zeus ban and see if they're trying to attempt like a Terrorblade or just some illusion hero. You kind of want that burster from Hydra. Like, they do need this
Radiant team
oomph of damage. They will still ban out the Terrorblade regardless, just to make sure that this wasn't going to be snuck through.
It's a good ban, for sure. I mean, again, it's something that you know that they're going to be coming at you.
Oh,
all right,
God,
they're
it's a
going to go
good
sniper
sniper game.
instead. The Watson sniper.
It's a good sniper
they have no
game.
catch right now.
Jeez.
So, wouldn't hate
10
a
seconds
Mars here. I actually really like a Mars.
Well, you can mid as well, so you can put DK 3 or 2. You've got the flex. You can go for a Spirit Hero if you feel that the need for it onto the Sniper.
You could. I feel like Mars provides more than that, though, right?
Okay.
It destroys trees, revealing the tree and protector. It prevents the sniper from hitting into the arena. You can throw up the bulwark. Void Spirit instead. Okay, really just wanting this DK leaning up into the sniper, I suppose. But, well, we'll have to see how it goes. I mean, Askold, it's not the easiest lane for a Void Spirit into a Tiny, that's for sure. Still has low armor, so Tiny's going to be able to bully him a little bit in that lane.
Ascot does have a mean Void Spirit, though, so going to be excited to see how he's able to pull this one out. There's not a lot of control from Hellraisers. So, like you said, though, the lane, if you're able to kind of get through the lane, get some power runes, set the rotations up, you got decent side lanes to be able to make plays with. It's also someone who can, you're not as reliant on the DK now to be a pairing with the Hoodwink. You now have someone else that could play with kick. So, I definitely don't hate the Void Spirit at all. I don't think it's enough to deal with a sniper, though. I think this hero is just going to win them the game. You've got multiple heroes that can just be in front of the sniper and just soak up the damage, soak up the spells. Yeah, I'm very concerned on how they're able to deal with the Watson. They got to run over this game if they're Hydra.
Yeah, and to be fair, they have the potential to, right? A one team fight off the back of DK getting his Blink Dagger is going to be effective. You've got good burst damage with the Void Spirit, you've got good burst damage with the Hoodwink, you've got good lockdown with the DK. Bristleback can show up with, again, kind of similar to a TA, the amount of farm you're able to get early on with a bunch of Ancient stacks and be relatively stronger than Hellraisers. Use that. You can take Roche because you've got some minus armor with the Nasal Goo. I really don't hate it. And again, just going back to the laning phase, Bristle, one of the best heroes against the Enigma because the Quill Spray is physical damage and it really punishes the fact that Enigma will just be feeding you gold even though you're going to be denying away range creeps. It ends up working out pretty equivalent and even Bristle favored in that regard.
I think one of my concerns for Hellraisers, though, is just their capability to be able to defend towers. Like a Treant Protector lineup, often you really thrive on being able to keep these tier 1 standing because of the living armor. But I have some concerns on how Hellraisers, they might not actually have a lineup that they can bring multiple heroes to defend it. Like the snipers, I feel like he's going to be playing a little bit more of his own game, like eventually put mid, shoving the lane out, going back, farming the jungle. Enigma's a hero that really struggles at making rotations as well. So is this a concern that you are also seeing with Hellraisers?
It is a little bit, but I feel like what they need to just do is focus on their own game, right? I feel like with Miro, he just really needs to make sure that he gets those initial items that he requires to be able to scale into that later stage. I mean, again, you're up against a Bristleback and a Dragon Knight.
Look at this. They smoke down with 4 Quelling Blades. Bye-bye trees. So it's a 4-on-5 as well. They do not have the Enigma. They're going to see Watson.
He's pretty useless, level 1.
Oh, and they're in. Onto Rari. Probably not the easiest target. Nor is ICQ to bring down. Okay.
See, look. Lil Gunner getting some exposure now. The old Mongolian coming out.
Oh, I like this. This is a cool read, but they're not all there from Hydra. Oh, no. Okay, that was a really cool read if they're all there.
Great place to be able to catch out the with the Bristleback especially, right? Get those Quill Sprays layered up. He's got 3 points. 3 mangoes already purchased up, really just wanting to dominate this lane and spam out those Quill Sprays.
Get to the river! Okay, go.
I know, like, you like to think you're Arnie, but you're not Arnie. You ever been to an Arnie Classic, by the way?
No, I have not. An Arnie where do they do Arnie Classics?
They do them in Melbourne.
Do they? Okay, no, I have not. What, when you're your lifting time, did you go to an Arnie Classic? When you were...
I did. It was hosted at the gym I went to.
What gym?
Doherty's.
Oh, God. Doherty's loser.
It's literally the closest gym to me. There's a game of Dota on Ares. Cast the game.
Well, you're the one that brought up Arnold. Come on, man. Relax. How am I up in the ship for this now? Dude, Mirror. It's so sad to see just one idol on. Oh, he's got 2 now. And they're going to time out.
Got a friend and... Oh, no. Not the double Sudoku. He just can't approach the lane. Although...
Yeah. So,
doing a good job bullying him away.
You're never going to touch Rari, but if Kicked ever gets in a position like that, he's very, very killable. So... the Hoodwink has to be pretty cautious. They've done a very good job as well. I mean, Bristleback is naturally a hero that's going to shove out the lane with the Quills, and Enigma's a hero that also drags the lane back, so they block the small camp. Beautiful read from this, of course. I mean, often we see small camps block regardless, but at least you're going to get a little bit of catch me up underneath the tower for free.
Well, all the Eidolons are dead.
Ow.
So you just gave, like, I think Rari got 4 of the last hits onto him. I didn't actually realize the Quill Spray, when they replicate, it goes onto the clones as well. So they still had like 3 or 4 stacks onto them.
Wait, really? Oh.
Yeah. At least that's what it looked like.
Oh. That's a weird mechanic. Never would think it would work like that. How's the other lane shaping up for the moment? Mid lane looking pretty decent for Rabel to start. 10-4 compared to the 9-0. Ascol might be relying a little bit more on his spells to be able to secure some last hits, considering Rabel does have a bit of a damage advantage with the tree.
A bit would be an understatement.
Yeah.
It's like 30 difference between the two of them. So, yeah, really going to need to rely on securing as many of those power runes as possible. Not that either support, either lane really wants to rotate to be able to help him with that. But, I mean, if you're even able to take away, for example, the bounty rune from the Tiny on Koval, that would be a nice little win for him. With the lane pushed deep-ish towards the Dire Tower. I think that'd be a good time for him to make that move if he wanted to. Then definitely not getting any kills down here.
Radiant structures
And Malady, his trees have grown back.
And they're soon to be destroyed again.
Well, it'll be slow.
Yeah, I don't ICQ. You gotta have this Coil Blade on cooldown, my friend. You're against a Tree Protector who's trying to stand his ground in man fight. Watson, it's always a bit awkward if you're gonna fight on top of the creep wave. Watson doesn't really want to shrapnel this and get the lane in a position where it's in Hydra's favor.
Still, though, at least 2 lanes going in Hellraiser's favor for now. Overall, the net worth still saying it's slightly Hydra favored. I think that's just because of a lot of the regen that's being purchased up by the supports to make sure that they can withstand a lot of this early threat, particularly in this top side of the map from Gilgear.
That should help.
Are they gonna jump?
Yeah, maybe.
Instant
I don't know
reaction
about
with
that.
the bushwhack. Okay. Gilgear feeling like they had...
Way too greedy.
Yeah. Just...
If you had 6 Eidolons, by all means, make that play. But you're not doing it with a Enigma right-clicking and a position 4 Mastery with basically no items.
Bottom lane. Melody. Under the tier 1 tower, Watson's able to drop the shrapnel. Does have the level 2 to play with here. So it is, the damage has been ramped up a little bit. Just battle of harassment. Trying to win out in the nutrition. Beautifully done. Nothing crazy. This is... I think this bottom lane is going to be a lot more of the passive lane. I thought maybe the sniper and tree, if they have the kind of advantage in the position of the lane, like with Shrapnel slow and Nature's Grass slow, but kind of we can see what can happen. You can just drag and tell the Tree Protector off, or even Telekinesis. So yeah, I feel like we're now at the stage where ICQ is going to get his farm, Watson's going to get his farm. So bottom lane, I think we'll really be looking at the level 6 and maybe second catapult for when this tower might go down. Melody? In a bit of trouble for the moment. Watson finally able to turn some damage back onto Koval. Can Melody get out of range? One more right click. ICQ, he can't catch up, and Melody walks on away looking for a high five. And now top lane, Mira and Kilga, they get the disposed back into multiple Eidolons, and that's a really nice kill for them to find. They look to play away from Rari, and well, they're going to be rewarded with for that.
It's the play that you need to be making, though, right? You had the Eidolons there. You had the damage potential. Importantly, it was the level 2 Eidolons as well, so the damage is just so much higher than level 1. They just feel incredibly useless that early into the piece, but have to be very careful. I mean, he might just end up feeding a bunch through here with still a few seconds left on it, and yeah, Rari's just going to get a bunch of free net worth for no reason.
Bottom lane, Melody again. Oh, he's going to be okay.
Enigma might die.
Enigma, alright, he's going to end up going down up top. They do have the rotation, though, from Rabel. Steps in with a combination. That is enough to at least rectify the death onto Miro. It is a position 5. Sorry, it is a position 3, though.
Gold making the most of his time. Honestly, I think he's doing a pretty damn good job farming in this lane, right? He's
Melody,
breaking even with the Tiny.
Sorry, he's under a ward, and I thought Koval was just going to feed bolt him. Like, he popped Soul Ring, it was like 50 health.
Oh, the tomato nearly killed him as well.
ICQ? They've grasp? They do. Look at the procs! Gets the active and... Oh, dude, I hate this hero with this new take aim active. Oh my god, it's so frustrating.
It gives you, like, you can't cancel it once you used it, right? So you're just, like, waddling around super immobile, but it adds a layer of complexity to the hero. I like it.
It's a very interesting ward. I haven't... take a look at Dire's top outpost where Radiant placed that Observer. I have not seen
Yeah.
anyone... Do you need to cut a tree to place that? I don't think so.
Agents of the void.
The Radiant one, you mean?
Yeah, the Radiant one.
Yeah, I haven't really seen it too much either. Who placed it? Gilgir placed it. Does he have a coin blade? No. Yeah, I haven't seen that one either. I mean, it doesn't give the greatest amount of vision, I suppose. Like, early on, power runes are the thing to be able to play around, and that doesn't really provide too much info about all of that. Maybe just wanting the importance of understanding when
Dire's
Rari
middle
wants to be able to
tower is
rotate
under
back to the
attack.
jungle, but honestly, why would he? You know, up until this point, he's just been feeding off of these Eidolons. He's level 6, nearly level 7, but while the Enigma's like 5.5.
Bottom lane, ICQ. In a vulnerable position. They're starting to make their way bottom. A TP coming out from the Void Spirit. Great reactions. I don't know if they saw the TP with the Observer Ward mid lane. Meanwhile, top Rari. Diving Gilgir and Miro, but the rebound
Radiant's
movement
turret
speed is
has been killed.
going to keep the Enigma okay. The tossback? You really just poking the bear right now. I don't know. They need the black hole. Miro, he doesn't have enough experience for it. So, right, he's going to be okay. Miro's trying to kill the creeps as fast as possible. They're going to jump in once again. The Quills are really starting to stack up, man. They're going to be reliant on the next combo from Rabel. The Centaur Conqueror to hold him back, but Rabel does get the Avalanche off. That is a gigantic kill. But Miro, it's a beautiful black hole, but there's nothing more followed up from it. So, Miro, that's a big ultimate now expended. I'm 180 seconds on the deck without it.
Radiant's middle tower.
Oh,
is
you
under
gotta love the
attack.
fact that, you know, the Midnight Pulse, that breaks the trees, but a black hole literally sucking atoms and all that into the universe. The trees are just like, don't worry about it, it's easy.
There is no logic in regards to how trees are killed in Dota. I've come to understand that with the kind of the
Radiant's middle
Macropie
tower
change
is
and
under attack.
all the other changes. It's silly stuff.
Well,
Get
the
that.
haste, Asgold really wants to see if he can make a play up towards the top side of the map. Another kill onto the
Radiant
Enigma
are
when you
scared.
know there's not this threat of the black hole turnaround is such a big deal, but that Observer Ward really doing a big bit of favor to the Enigma, realizing that he can go straight back into the lane, and I'm liking that he's going into the Wraith Pack this game. It really grinds my gears a little bit when I see Enigmas even enter like 5 counters. They're like, you know what? I think I'm going to be able to land a 5-man black hole. It's like, it just doesn't happen, man.
Real? Void Spirit's thinking about jumping the Tiny, but not going to be the case. A little bit too far away to close the distance. Probably would have needed both ultimate charges to get there. Asgard's also... Oh, actually, sorry. Rabel treads into the blink. I've really been enjoying just the little micro switches that we see out of different people in their item builds on the timing. You know, it could be the brown boots into blink. We saw the phase boots windlace blink earlier in the day. You know, now we get the treads blink. So some people like to not have that extra amp. Maybe the treads feels nice just with your mana across the map and also a little bit of your farming.
A little bit. Also, even just for the laning stage against the Void Spirit, it's going to feel nice to just be able to
Radiant's
right-click
middle
him much
tower
more
is under
frequently.
attack.
So it's multifaceted for sure, but well, there's that Blink Dagger completed, 11 minutes in.
This is...
I want to see just 1 point in the Midnight Pulse, just against this Bristle, against the DK, when you know these tower pushes are inevitably going to happen.
I think it's huge the fact this is a really good blink timing. Again, it's not a naked blink with the treads, and I was very concerned for Hellraisers that they weren't going to be able to defend towers early on. Enigma couldn't join, Sniper wouldn't want to join, but this blink is going to give them the capability to do so.
Radiant's middle tower
We're going to see
is under
ICQ.
DD as well.
He should be going down here. Ray was able to jump in from behind. Gilgir as well, popping the Unleash. Probably not like they needed the extra damage, but why not use the ultimate? No messing around.
Yeah, just make an absolute certainty of it. Again, DK is the one that's going to be putting the map pressure on, so if you can look to secure that kill, by all means go ahead and do it. I was thinking Gilgir might have looked to just briefly have a glance into the triangle, see if there were any stacks up. There aren't, but it would have been a valuable piece of information to know, just to have a better understanding of Bristleback's exact position.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Do you see Rari with how he's continuing on the net worth, getting more Eidolons to add to the tally. Vanguard into the Scepter. I mean, it's pretty common now. We don't really see any diversion in the bristleback build.
No, it's pretty standard. I mean, sometimes you see like the Sanjin Yasha before a little bit of a build up, sometimes after, but yeah, it just seems very, very standard these days. And then it's just a game of button mashing, QW, QW, see which ones you can press faster.
Woo! Love some bottom mashing. Oh, Melodies.
You ever play a game called Bishibashi before?
No, would you really expect me to have?
It's at like a few Melbourne arcades. It could have happened. It's basically just a purely button mashing game, multiplayer. Very fun. Next time we go out, we should play. You got those zoomer hands, man. I'm giving you an advantage here with button mashing. It's all you're good at.
Dude, I don't know. The question is, do I want to go out with you though? I don't know.
You
know you do.
Hellraiser's.
Right, let's see how this bot lane is going to be pushed in. Kick and Malady, they're just sitting around next to each other, trying to scout each other out. Who's going to find who?
You need more heroes. They got 5. You got the Spirit Vessel as well, completed from Ascot. He doesn't have any Spirit Vessel charges though, but he should be able to pick some up. On Tamazi they go. A beautiful Dispose, getting multi-hero stunned up, but regardless, is going to end up going down. They're also trying to chase Melody in the tree line, but they're not going to be able to run into the tree. And Protector. Maybe kicked.
Kicked is finding him. I was thinking maybe that Ascot might look to go for him, considering he's got the Astral Step and the Resonant Pulse available. But Marcy nearly got away as well. It was just a tiny little bit of miscommunication there, and yeah, that's the reason why Rabel's just tipping him, saying, "Don't worry about it, man. We're going to look to hopefully get some map control elsewhere." Although mid lane,
it should be alright. Rabel doesn't have the greatest ability to be able to pump in damage with the stolen living armor. So they got to jump for kicked instead. Kill goes in. Toss him to the north, but Rabel instantly able to follow up in regards to the blink. Got to be cautious though. They start the Dispose. Miro, he's got the Black Hole, trying to enter the fight, but is not going to have the capability to do so, just waltzing into the middle. But Avalanche to hold them back, and Ascot still has one more ultimate charge to jump in, but you're okay with that. You've got Rari in the neighborhood now, so you should be able to put some decent amount of damage into the T1 tower.
I was actually thinking a little bit.
No way. Rabel to the backline. Alright, they'll deal with the support. Gonna look to avoid the Brissa back, and now dropping the ultimate, but instantly. Aether Remnant to be able to cancel the Black Hole, but look at Watson's damage! Sniper on the outskirts, just mauling a life pull away from Hydra. Shrapnel after shrapnel, right click after right click. Rari, he can spam the abilities all he wants, and even at some incredible jukes, he can't get the stun. He won't even fight. Oh, they are some incredible jukes coming out from Rari, but nonetheless, Watson. Look at how much damage that sniper's able to pump out, and this is just really an appetizer of what is soon to come.
Classic core player, just highlighting core players. That was all Gilgir, man. He hit a triple Dispose stun there, setting up all of that shrapnel damage. It was his fight by far. Haven't even put a single point into the sidekick yet.
Interesting. I've seen,
especially now that you've got the sniper with the Mask of Madness. Absolutely something that you want to be doing.
For the rune, it's gonna be top lane instead. Yoga once again, toss back. Watson's nearby. Just avoid the bristle. Once you're able to deal with the heroes with the stuns, let's prove to be. Give it to Rabel.
All right.
He's really farm, man. 6-0 and 2. Blink Echo, there's going to be a big concern if the Tiny also is able to scale, and it's looking like that's going to be the case with his performance so far.
Good Roach. They seem to be positioning themselves around it a little bit, but I'm a little less confident. They're picking out Rabel, obviously walking underneath that Observer Ward. I don't know if they saw him pop the Invis, though.
Ascot, in combination with Kicked, should be... Oh, it's actually not enough. Melody with level 9 already, so the maxed out living armor, that little bit of sustain coming out, it's actually going to be too much for Hydra to be able to play with. I mean, he got a lot of kind of solo experience in gold down bottom, which is playing the dead lane. They're making an attempt on Rari. Kicked is the only one nearby to be able to act as a deterrent with the Midnight Pulse. Look at the percent damage, along with all the procs coming out from Watson. He just wasn't able to get out of range.
All right, well, maybe they can. Maybe they can look to pick him off. It was a a good use of that. Just the instant Midnight Pulse as well to be able to break the Hoodwink tree that was planted. It was really nice team play coming through there from Hellraisers, making sure they had the damage to converge onto that kill. And what is that Toronto Tokyo one?
My good, it's styling. What is that? Is interesting hairstyle.
Like chopsticks.
Chopsticks. It does look like chopsticks. He's eating points. He's eating all your MMR.
You think I'm going to queue into Toronto Tokyo?
Oh, I know I do.
I'm good. I'm not that good.
Easy MMR, baby. Let's go. You ain't got shit on me.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Convince yourself. All that delusion.
Right.
All right. They're closing in on the Ags, on the Bristleback. They are still lacking that little bit of damage to be able to... Again, I mentioned the big strength of Hydra's draft is they've got a DK. With a Blink Dagger, almost level 12. I really want ICQ to be able to pick up this level 12 before they make an aggressive move. Honestly, even before... Like, Bristle's not there. You need him there with the Aghanim Scepter completed before you look to try and take a team fight. He's going to start farming with this Elder Dragon form, with the splash, but what is there to take down bottom? You know, that's the real question that I have for Hydra. It really feels like they should be playing around this high ground ward that they've placed to the right-hand side, using ICQ's tower-taking potential, and converging on that with the Bristleback.
Moving over. Rabel's in with a haste. It's a decent start. Tiny pretty goddamn tanky though, but the rest of Hellraisers are instantly into the middle as well, but the Overgrowth holding them back. Again, dude, what's in free fight after free fight? The Sniper just standing on the outskirts. They don't seem to have an answer to him. As soon as Hellraisers start every single engagement, he is just freely able to pump out the damage.
I don't know, man. I honestly feel like they did have the answer. The answer was Bristleback. He just wasn't there. Rari, slightly out of position, just wanting to use the Aghanim Scepter to be able to farm, maybe really valuing the effectiveness of that level 15 talent. Well, if they can catch Miro, that'd be pretty big.
Should be able to do so. Not the tankiest hero at all. But, oh, Rari, though, he's going to be in trouble. Midnight Pulse, and again, look at all the procs. Just gets out of range. They'll try and get the Assassinate off, and they get the kill. Oh no, Miro gives him a tip as well. He's like, yeah, is that worth it, my guy? Does seem like it.
Oh, and with that kill as well, it was a valuable one. 25 gold away from the Silver Edge as well as Watson. So you thought that Bristleback was dying pretty fast previously. Well, it's just going to get a whole lot worse. Have we seen a single DK rotation paired together with like a Hoodwink or even the Rubik, to be honest?
They have Sharpshooter? No, still on cooldown, so... Trying to look for the D ward. Alright, Koval. He's like, yeah, I know my fate. Let's just stand still. Hate to see it. So, alright, there you go. They're actually looking for the courier to try and protect that ward on the high again was Hydra, but not able to do so. So you mentioned something before that happened? What will...
I asked, have they made a single rotation with this DK to try and pick someone off? And I'm pretty sure the answer is no.
No, they haven't.
If you're going to go Blink Dagger on the DK, you got to get usage out of it, right? If not, why not just rush the BKB? If you're just wanting to stand and push in waves and continue to farm without the threat of dying.
You can solo Black Hole when you know no one else is playing behind the Void Spirit. They're going to have the chain control for afterwards, and the damage thanks to the Unleash. And that's when you can play with this Black Hole. If you don't feel like you're in a position where you can use it in team fights because of all the counters, then just go for solo pickoffs.
Using the illusions right now from the tiny bottle previously to be able to scout out, look up onto the high ground, see if Bristleback's looking to farm in that general area and be able to connect. It's going to reveal that nope, there's absolutely no one there, so it's a pretty free fight for them to want to converge into this. And well, it's very clear to me that they just want to try and make the most out of every single break that they're able to get. They've got the DK here.
That they have. Rabel, another beautiful toss back into Hellra. Oh no, oh no. Oh, that's nightmare stuff. People surrounding you just wanting high fives. Oh, boy.
It's an extrovert's dream, bro.
Well, they will see at least the ward getting placed from Gilgear. And they have full confirmation of Hellraisers and how they're set up. I have very good vision by the triangle, but not that it helped out with ICQ. And Not that it's going to help out with this tier 2 tower.
Not going to last too much longer. At least the one closer towards the enemy base. I don't even know if it's worth using the glyph for this. I feel like you got to try and save it for the inevitable high ground. Still 10 seconds away from that Aegis being reclaimed. And yeah, going into the Aghanim Scepter on the Tiny, like I said, they're just wanting to convert on this break every single time. Of course, Sniper's able to land it from a really far distance. Doesn't even need to be there to be able to right-click if you're just able to throw about 50 trees onto someone's face.
Smoke up, Hellraisers. And move towards the top outpost. They've got the lane getting shoved out. They can look to connect as well with Mr. Rabel.
Dire are scanning.
They're coming as well from Hydra. Counter smoke. Gilga, he's going to be underneath the Observer Ward.
Great positioning, though. He's got the Aether Lens as well, so...
Oval.
They found out Cobalt.
Wraithback dropped. That's a free kill, and there's just nothing they can do. The damage, with how they're able to prevent it, thanks to the Living Armor, thanks to the Wraith Pact, going to be big issues right now. Hydra, they're going to back up towards that triangle. Rabel, he's moving in. He doesn't care about the formation that's been set up from Hydra. And well, the formation has been broken now. Down to the south, down to the east. Hydra, just every man to themselves, looking to get out. Kick to the right. He should make it in the tree line. Are they going to jump him? No, off the mark. They do get inside the base. Oh, Jesus, Rabel. What was the damage?
Yeah, all you need is the break, and then Rabel just goes to work. Single right click with the take aim from the sniper. That's all you need.
Bye-bye buildings. They are cutting, I suppose. They glyph before the mid wave is going to connect, so I don't think Radiant going to be worried about backdoor. What's the play on Hydra? How do you defend this?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
You need the DK there. You need to try and take out the Marcy, I would say, honestly.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
There's just so much to have to deal with, though. You wanted to have a much higher net worth
Hang
lead.
on, guys, what are they doing? How deep are you right now? I mean, this is just a statement from Hellraisers. They're all crumbling. DK's just gone like that. Miro's going to try and enter with a black hole. Doesn't clip onto Asgold. Ooh, they stole the black hole. They get the double, but the damage now from Asgold with the Astral Step. A decent amount onto Miro, but again, I mean, what's in...
Oh, they're getting no one.
Dude, what? They didn't even kill anyone. Oh, no, you hate to see it. There we go. The G's are dropped inside the fountain. It's time to celebrate as Hellraiser's going to continue on with their really dominant start to 2-3. They're going to jump up to 4-1 now and claim second position.
Pretty good. Coming through from Hellraisers, just clinical. You know, back-to-back, 1-2 punch. And really punishing a couple of aspects. You know, the laning stage didn't go anywhere near as well as they would have been hoping for, particularly in that Bristleback lane. You pick the Bristleback, you want to dominate the Enigma, but Miro somehow was still able to get a good amount of farm, and particularly that bot lane. I mean, Melody was just playing with his food, constantly being able to zone out very effectively, play around the trees. They committed 4 heroes buying a Quelling Blade, including the Rubik, to make sure that he didn't have a good start and still wasn't good enough. It was that plus the lack of the rotations. I mentioned it, right? With the DK, you go the Blink Dagger, gotta use it. You've picked heroes that can convert onto it with the Void Spirit, with the Hoodwink. Just never happened.
Actually, it just never got to that stage. And for Hydra now, they're also going to drop further down in the standings. They are 2-4. Man, anything can happen towards the bottom table. We really felt like X3 were maybe one of the teams that were guaranteed to be knocked out. But if they are able to win their next series versus Amiga, which is not going to be easy, but they will finish with a... No, have they got another series? They got 2 more series, X3. So really anything can happen. X3 I'm talking about. So, I mean, the bottom's looking pretty even. You got a couple teams that are competing for relegation. The top, you got a couple teams that are competing as well for those 2 promotional slots. So I love to see it. We're getting to the later stages here, and really no slot is guaranteed just yet. And we also do have a interview as well. It's going to be Melody that is joining us. I'll drag him in, and I'll let you start with the questions, Dan. Melody, hello, you
Hello,
there?
Melody. How are you?
Hello.
You can hear us?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Well, congratulations on the win. I'm sure you would be very happy with how quickly you were able to secure those two. I want to talk about game one first. Was the Alchemist pick in particular, was that specifically in response to the lack of early damage coming through from Hydra, and you felt like you could get away with this dual core and just being able to farm all over the map?
We felt like Jagger wasn't greedy core and we could pick Alchemist for middle because their supports are too passive, and that's why we could play as two carry heroes and just farm and get richer and richer.
Yeah, and we've also seen a few other teams say that they believe the answer to the puck is the tiny. Are you in the similar sort of agreement with that?
Yeah, we are, but Puck has a lot of different counters. Even Alchemist, Puck has low armor and he cannot. He feels very bad to stay against him, and he can do anything about his farm. So
Mm-mm.
Alchemist was a good pick. Yeah, I believe it counters Puck very very well.
Yeah, absolutely. In game two as well, were you expecting the game to go that smoothly? Because it really felt like Hydra had the potential with the Bristleback kind of countering the Enigma in the laning stage to really get a solid lead going. But it really felt like both other lanes went super well for you guys. That never really happened. Was that something that you were expecting, or
Yeah,
did
we
it
were
take you by surprise?
we were expecting their Bristleback on their 18th pick, and we were quite happy about it because we knew how to play against Bristleback, and we have like core matchup that Bristleback cannot handle, and we win lanes, we win mid game, early, later game, and we just happy about it. So we were ready about it. And also we have Trend Sniper lane, which is like the most powerful lane that you could ever imagine, and that's it.
Sounds good. Well, yeah, you played it really well. I want to ask as well about an upcoming series that you've got going up against PuckChamp, one of the other teams that unfortunately dropped down to Division 2 with last season with you. Is this the matchup that you've been waiting for all this time? Do you view them as your biggest competitors?
Yeah, probably they are. And also Nimiga that we have already played against them. I believe they are like two strongest opponents for us, and we will get ready for PuckChamp next.
Sounds good. Aries, any questions?
I've just got one question for you, Melody. I'm intrigued on, do you feel like the Marcy is undervalued or overvalued so far through the DPC?
Over what? I didn't
Do
understand.
you feel like the Marcy, people are putting as much importance as you? Do you think this hero is strong, the Marcy?
It is super strong. It is very strong on uh, every stage of the game, even on laning stage, on ganking. This hero is super good, and um, every team should, I don't know, should do something about Marseille, pick it or ban it on first stage. It is super good hero.
I have one more question as well. I'm just intrigued about the addition with Miro. How has it been like with him joining the roster? Have you guys done any like team building stuff that you enjoy as a 5-man to kind of work on the chemistry?
Yeah, we are doing it. We are right now sitting on a boot camp and in Belgrade in Serbia, and we sometimes go out like swimming pool. I don't know, for some restaurants, chilling, doing some stuff together. That's it.
Lovely.
What's your favorite food in Serbia? I was speaking with Lizard the other day, and he mentioned that the cevapi in Serbia is pretty good. Have you had too much of that?
Uh,
It's
I
like a
wanna
type
say,
of meat.
I honestly don't recognize food. We get something to eat, and I even don't know what is it. I just like food, and I don't know,
Sounds
guys.
good. All
I
good,
don't
all
know.
good.
I don't know what I'm eating. I know it's meat. I know it's like sometimes uh, bread, but I don't know how it's called. But
As,
food seems
Jeez.
fine.
as long as the food tastes good, that is all that matters, mate. Melody, thank
Yeah, yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us. Is there any shout outs real quick you want to give before we let you go?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, well, perfect. Melody, thank you very much for joining us and congratulations on your series victory.
Thank you, guys. Too. Goodbye.
Thank you, Melody. All right, there we go. Then we've got our last series done and dusted for the night. Melody, what a giving us a little bit of insight into some of the picks as well, and just especially feeling like they have the answer to the bristleback, which is very intriguing. He said the matchups overall in regards to the cause, but they weren't too concerned because in particular you brought it up with this enigma. You said that bristleback is quite a decent counter. We were expecting it early on when we saw the enigma, but maybe it was just that little bit of the adaptation from Miro. Definitely with the item build not going full down into black hole route, of course, because of a lot of different answers in regards to kind of the Rubik in particular. But maybe the Wraith Pack was able to help out a lot to mitigate some of that damage early on for the Bristle.
I think it wasn't just that. I think maybe the thing that he was talking about, obviously, you need to have something that can build into the Silver Edge, so Sniper, very good. But with where they picked up the Treant Protector as well, in the same phase as the Bristleback was eventually done, remember, Melody said that he was expecting them to pick it with the last pick of the second phase, and that 12 extra armor that you're able to provide onto the main target, just put a beefy target there, get Marcy to give them extra movement speed, get the heals going out, get the living armor on top. It's just way too much to for a Bristle with all of his physical damage to have to contend with in the early game. And I think it wouldn't have been as drastic of a victory if the other two lanes didn't go so well, but it still seemed like a pretty solid answer with the Treant and the sustain overall.
No, that's a really good point because the Bristleback is not till like really later stages onto supports. It's not really that quick burst damage. Maybe you're able to swing the club a couple times to 3-hit supports, but it's really kind of the chip damage over time. You like these long drawn out fights, so I wonder if we're going to see if the Treant Protector is a bit more of an answer, especially for teams that really specialize in the Treant. Well, Hellraisers are one of those teams, but we've only had 2 series tonight. We had the Southeast Asia kicking it off with Execration versus Neon. Execration were able to take that series 2-0. And then moving over to Eastern Europe, we see Hellraisers. They're able to bring down Hydra in 2-0 fashion as well. So it's a day of 2-0s for the double headers. In regards to Beyond the Summit Dota, we're going to be back in about in a day and a half. I mean, kind of depending on the time zone for you guys. But we'll be back on Wednesday. We have 2 Division 1s and I believe 1 Division 2 series. So very exciting stuff coming our way. But for Denog and I, that is going to be it for us tonight. We'll see you back in a couple of days for some more DPC Dota action. Denog has something to say. What's up?
All the Americans, happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July. Celebrate. Enjoy your hangover tomorrow. Hangovers are fun. Love that. Enjoy. We'll see you guys in a couple days.
Really branching
Almost
out.
good as Snap Mars.
5 seconds remaining.
Almost, but not quite.
Yeah, whenever you see Puck, Mars, and Beastmaster, Snap is always an option. And it's picked up quite a lot. It's really good though, for sure. This could mean Doom. I don't really like the Snap core. I know you're a big fan of it, but
That's just because I'm an offlane player. That's what it is.
like you
Yeah.
get your job done as a support, and that's mainly just use your ult, right? The other stuff, like the scaling, like it's kind of just a dream, in most games. Whereas Doom, it's a reality. He will always scale.
Mhm.
So I'd like to see it in the off lane and Snap on 4.
Yeah.
10
We can shift our
seconds
focus to
remaining.
outsiders. They pick up TA there.
5 seconds
I
remaining.
honestly think this is GPK's here.
Okay.
He loves his TA. He's against Puck mid.
Oh, okay. And then you think it's gonna be Tiny, Carrie, and Zeus and
I mean, it could be Tiny carry or Tiny offlane. I have seen Tiny offlane.
Okay, true.
But it's just, I've just seen GPK play so much TA in the past.
Yeah.
Maybe Ramses can play too. I mean, he's a carry player. Last patch was riddled with, TA in the safe lane.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say for sure, but just looking at this TA pick, I'm thinking it's mid. We'll see.
5 seconds remaining.
And I think Tiny carry is fine if they do go that route.
Yeah, and you're gonna have an ogre as well. Like, seems pretty good to me. Yeah. And then that leaves DM's hero for Lost. He's pretty versatile. Although in this Navi series, he was playing a Viper, and it went so badly, and they like really lost their lane, which is like pretty disappointing. Because like the one thing Viper's meant to be really good at is winning his lane.
I mean, Viper and Veno are heroes that you either lose your lane really hard or you win it really hard. There's usually no in between. And it's really bad if you lose your lane on those heroes too.
Mm-hmm. Outsiders are having overall last pick, so Rune Eaters having to pick up their final hero first.
Yeah, they need to pick a carry here, and whatever they show here, Outsiders is just gonna counterpick it.
Do you want Rune Eaters to pick up a carry that's a little bit more fast tempo, or someone who is gonna farm up the game and
just pick Alk?
Pick Alk.
That's all I want to see from him. Pick Alk.
Yeah, I'd like that too. I mean, they're probably just gonna pick Alk or Terrorblade here because they just pick the same carry every game. Okay. Do they come out right now and pick like
TB versus
a sniper? I'll lose my mind. It'd be so hype.
I thought you weren't here for that sniper.
There it is.
Yeah.
This is the only hero I had faith that Rune Eaters could pick and maybe win this game. So I'm glad they did.
Now Outsiders just slam down the Viper and start spitting.
Oh, now they're gonna.
Oh wait, it's banned. Oh, that's so sad. So smart though.
So smart.
So smart.
So sad, but
so smart. And Timber's already banned from Lost Phase.
I'm curious if they decide to pick a carry here. Because Tiny could do fine in the lane versus Alk. You can get a lot of denies if they want to do it off lane. And they go for something like a harder carry, but with TA that might be hard. I don't know if that's a good idea. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. So I'm not entirely sure. Like, this Alk hero is not a weak laner. You'll notice in Eastern Europe here, a lot of Alchemists get stunned really early on.
I thought it was a multiple region thing. I feel like I've seen that a lot.
Yeah, maybe it's just Alk in general now, but like you have options. You can go Acid Spray or the stun if you want some kill threat. So he's not particularly weak laner. DM does like his Underlord. If he does want to pick his hero, it's okay.
Aww.
Percentage-based damage.
They're in a boot
okay,
camp.
I already
no more chronic.
No more chronic.
I'm actually so sad right now.
No more doggo from DM interviews.
Necro. That makes sense still.
That makes sense, did you say?
Yeah, I mean Necro first. Are you talking about the dog?
No Necro.
Well,
Sorry, I have moved on from the dog, yes. quickly sum it up why you think the Necro makes sense before I bring in the other classes.
Bullies melee heroes, percentage-based damage, good versus Alk in all regards.
Beautiful little TLDR there, as I do want to bring in Aries and Lizard now to join us, our casters. Aries, how are you going? I feel like I haven't spoken to you in ages. That, and then also draft info.
I'm doing very well, thank you. Hope you're all doing well. I'm intrigued to see how this is able to shape up. We get to see a GPK Zeus. I wasn't sure if they were going to be playing the Tiny mid. Of course, it's been kind of one of the big answers to the quote-unquote broken puck at the moment. So we get to see Yamich playing the Tiny Fawn, the Zeus mid, but can they take down this strong puck? I don't know. Lizard, what do you reckon? This puck's, it's not an easy hero to beat.
Yeah, he's not that easy to beat, but I believe it's possible. It's doable. Plus, you have quite a good thing going for you with this last pick Necro. I feel that Outsiders, they have a decent draft.
All right, well, here on the couch, which carry do you have more faith in? Not team, just carry.
I have more faith in Alk, I guess, as a carry, but not in this game particularly.
Nope, that's the one I asked.
I'm going all in Alchemist. All in
Alchemist. All right, this
money.
count is all in Alk. Not necessarily Rune Eaters, but I am intrigued to find out who's going to win out of this game number one when we jump into it with Aries and Lizard.
Thank you very much, Nat. Dude, Lizard, she didn't ask how you're going, man. I care about you. How you been? What's going on?
Look, I understand. I understand. There are some weebs on that couch. You know, they don't like me. It's completely understandable. I don't like weebs. They don't like me. it's the way the world is. I'm not gonna. Who cares how am I doing? You know, who cares? My dog ran away. That doesn't matter. You know.
Are you being serious?
No.
Okay. I'm just making sure. I mean, we've seen the dogs on cam plenty of time. I can't have the dogs running away. You're a weeb yourself. What are you speaking about? We saw you at the Annie Major, repping all the weebs to heart. You're also, flexing and showing everyone you can be
I was
a Giga Chat
outnumbered.
and a weed.
I was outnumbered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I couldn't fight it. I said I wasn't about to do it, but then they said, okay, you're not gonna get paid, so I did it.
But you flexed or you became a weeb?
Well, a bit of both, I guess, but just for that event.
Held you at gunpoint. I could do
It's never happening again, man.
Do this on no money. Oh no, hate to see it. Alright, we got a smoke up though from Ruin Eaters, so they're already looking to kick us off with some action. 5-man smoke invading into Outsiders Triangle. Looks like no one's going to be home for the moment. Lizard, how do we feel about this draft overall? We get a little bit of craziness out of the Eastern Europe specialty with the Alchemist as a carry that we also get. I mean, look at this. Position 1, a Templar Assassin, a hero that we haven't seen for quite some time and was very popular. It isn't too... Not the easiest matchup with a lot of damage over time, but we also get the last pick, Necrophos, which, I mean, it's looking like a pretty good Necro game. So, how are we feeling this game one?
Yeah, I think it's a decent TA game overall. Should do fine, but they're on a timer, I suppose. They need to be pressuring this Alchemist very early on. We were just talking to Chalice back in the other regions, Chinese region that is, and he's under the impression that Alchemist is one of the strongest carries at the moment, but he's just not played enough. So, yeah, we'll see just how much Rune Eaters can do with him.
Look at this. Rune Eaters, they're starting with a tri-lane. TA2000 did level up the concoction. The level 1. I mean, if this is what you need to do to shut down a Necrophos, Fear was saying against a melee hero, you just absolutely body you in the lane. So they're really looking to put DM under the pump early.
Yeah, and it's also an old school thing with Alchemist, right? I mean, you just secure his lane as much as possible and you sack your offlane. I haven't seen this though, like you said, in a really long time. But if you do shut down the Necro early on, he feels like a creep. So they didn't really do that.
No, they did not. And they left Funnick solo for the moment, but you see, you kind of have to play with the Doom in this lane, especially into how much damage they have. I mean, Ramses went for the Meld level 1, so Funnick was playing with no armor. Yakoda also went for the Fire Blast, which is a little bit interesting. Often we see the Ignite whenever the Ogre is played.
Yeah, Ramses took a lot of damage here, but yeah, Ogre, interestingly, didn't go for Ignite. It's still okay. You run up to people, you Fire Blast them, you hit them. It kind of serves the same purpose, right?
Yeah, get a couple extra right clicks in. We just saw as well, like, how it could come into play, I suppose, if Funnick pops Scorched Earth. Instantly, Yakoda with the Fire Blast just is going to hold Funnick back. So you don't really get much usage out of the W for Doom. It's good to see Funnick as well. You know, he's stepping in, of course, for Mr. Cloud, but it is nice with Funnick playing for the lads on Rune Eaters.
Dude, I haven't seen this guy in a million years. The last time I saw him, what was it? We tried out for some Turkish football club that was making Dota. I don't know what that was. It didn't work out, but anyway. Yeah, he's a skilled player, obviously. The true 1%er, if you know that Eastern European meme. He's one of the... Yeah, he's self-proclaimed one of the 1%ers in Dota. But, I mean, self-proclaimed or not, he truly is, like, the man won a TI, right? So, who can argue with him?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he's able to help out a little bit with this young roster. Of course, standing in, so nothing crazy, but maybe he can give, for some of the games he's playing, help out with the experience. Because again, Rune Eaters, coming up into Division 1, they are very new and they're not having the greatest start at the moment. I mean, they're 1-4 in regards to series count, and I mean, they're going up against Outsiders who are sitting very comfortably at the moment. They're 2-1. They've lost one series. It was pretty dominant of a series loss versus Na'Vi 2.
How do you feel about the fact that Alchemist, so far, did not get Greevil's Greed. He
Might
might get
a
DM
kill
though.
Oh, they also might lose Cowrie, so First Blood's going to be picked up from DM.
He's not
Fairy
getting this.
Fire and Death Pulse to play with, and they can now
might
do a
die.
little bit of damage onto TA2000. Damage has the combo back up in the arsenal. TA2000 will be okay, but really it's just the fact that they're trading all the resources, and meanwhile top lane, they're going to get the kill into Arrow, so Ramses in conjunction with Yakoda secures the second kill for Outsiders.
The lanes of Outsiders are just ridiculously strong. You have Ogre TA on one side.
Oh, look at bottom.
Alchemist,
They're diving
yeah.
TA2000. Toss closer to DM's location. Deathpulse is out, and the creeps to block the escape route to the left. Outsiders, beautiful read that they're able to dive the
Another
Alchemist. And now, hang on, Cowrie, he just TP'd in the lane. Forced to go for a cold embrace level. DM wants a high five. Instead, he'll get the kill onto Cowrie. It's a horrible start. Alchemist is losing creeps. They're losing lives left, right, and center.
Now the Alchemist again. Yeah, they're not gonna get him. It's top lane TA.
Yeah, Ramses,
real
one
low.
more right click. Okay. That's a big kill for them to find. They might get Yakoda as well. Phonic with the extra level coming through from the kill on Templar. Assassin gets that point into the Infernal Blade. Also has the Frost attack to be working with. So, alright, Brunate is finding a big 2 kills up top.
This is what I was really needing. I needed this bloodbath of Eastern European Dota, and it's not every game. It's literally, when I watch, it's always like this though. But I've seen some pretty mellow games as well.
Here for the
Overall,
bloodbath.
yeah. Like top lane, kind of going back in Phonic and Arrow's favor, at least a little bit. They're making a comeback. They can't lose every single lane, but Phonic.
In with the combo, Yakoda. Trying to step down to the south, giving Ramses enough time to be able to beat into the Doom, but Arrow still able to get the finishing blow. Ramses does have the boots already to close the distance. Phonic though, trying to turn the direction over. They're not going to be able to get the kill. Meanwhile, bottom lane, TA2000 is getting stalked from Mitch. I don't think he's going to be able to catch up, but again, this is an Alchemist that is not hitting any creeps.
Yeah, he's not caught, but he's rammed back to his base. Yeah, that's a rough feeling right there. How do you even lane anymore?
Is he Thunder God?
There we go, double one.
Whoa, Thunder Gods, they were spamming it. He beeline back to base to get enough mana for the ultimate. DM gives him the tip. GPK gives a couple of voice lines.
And the
we
rune.
got an arcane, dude. What could be better?
This is one of those games where everything lines up for you as Zeus, right? It's almost BS how good of a game he has right
Bottom
now.
lane, they're gonna get another kill. I mean, DM is he's BMing. There's no other way to put it. All these hype. They got a tower. Oh my lord, the catapult still wasn't even killed off. They've got big issues, Lizard. They've got some real big issues.
Yeah, they do. 6 minutes 30 seconds in. They just lost the tower. You know what's the silver lining, though? The lane is about to push into this Alchemist so he can farm under the tier 2. Maybe. Unless they dive from here.
Oh, they've got Scythe, man. They're more than happening. Oh, no.
The toss?
They missed the toss.
Oh, he's bringing
2000. He's going to get the
No,
kill.
no, Scythe, my friend.
No! Dude, he needed that. He would have got so much gold, and our DM gets the first Scythe charge for the Necro.
Look at the acid. The acid isn't getting a single acid as well. Yeah. Wrap it up, boys. Let's go next. Back to the couch.
Hey, no. Watch Hayes pop off this game. My guy's gonna go absolutely nutty. He's the way back in for Rune Eaters. They don't have the greatest answers to the puck.
Can you pass that hopium to me as well?
Hey,
that's the good stuff. Yeah, thank you.
Hang on now. Relax a little bit. Dude,
very nice.
You don't believe in the puck this game? This hero is broken.
Yeah, it's broken. There's always ways of making a comeback, right? But it's not in this game. I allow myself one game a year.
1 game a year? Okay.
Yeah, one game a year where I'll call it before it's over, you know? I won't be professional. Alchemist, he's just dead again. Maybe not. Never mind.
They're also going to get Arrow in the river. GPK utilizing that Arcane Rune perfectly.
Top.
Ramsey's almost solo kills Funnick as well. Okay, so I'll say, you're not going to say it, I'll say how they come back in. Ultimates from Rune Eaters is what we're looking at. We're looking at Coil into Kisses, Coil into Doom. It's going to be a really long cooldown, and as soon as they use those abilities, the Outsider is just going to go for a T1 tower mid, like Dean will wrap. But that is what you need to do on Rune Eaters. Try and get a kill, hopefully in the top lane. Maybe do a little bit of damage in the tower. You need to get that T1 just to open up the map.
Okay, I like it. You're very professional. You know your stuff. It's doable. It's doable. Yeah, just kill them. Just use your ultis and kill them. I can see that happening.
Can you, or you just say that?
I know, for real. It's possible. Maybe here Ogre could die.
Yeah, they're gonna get a kill. They need to give it to tier 2000. They're trying to...
Creeps?
No, don't let it get denied. Okay. I can only imagine what the comments would have been like if the Ogre got denied.
It would be silence. It would just be silence for Rune Eaters. If the Ogre got denied there, like, you wouldn't hear a single one of them until the end of the game. But yeah, it is doable, right? Like you said, in all seriousness, if you use the Doom on a big target you follow with Mortimer's Kisses, there's a chance you mount that slight comeback. It's very difficult, but possible. Also, maybe Outsiders feel way too good after the laning stage and they start throwing a bit. You never know. Maybe they have an electrical surge and one of the PCs turns off. It's also possible. Like, anything can happen. It's Dota, right?
Anything can happen. I do like this from Ramses though. I think if any... Oh, hang on. Keep tabs on this river fight. Oh, nice Ray Sentry placed in... Oh, Haze. They got tier 2000, man! GPK, what's this Thundergod's rap? Is he 3 usages and 6 kills? What? This is like the best Zeus game to start. He's 6-0-1.
And he gets a regeneration rune as well. Like, last time he used it, he gets Arcane. This time around, he gets Regen. It's like... There's Gaben watching this game and he's pressing what rune he wants for GPK to spawn every single time. They're having a really good time, and not only are they having a good time, luck is also on their side. So it's a perfect game for Outsiders.
Ash TP's mid. They still don't have arrows level 6. There's the Doom though. Funnick is top, so not even considering about coming to maybe deal with DM.
They need Mortimer's Kiss. Once they get those kisses, they can perhaps use them even on the Necro. But he's tanky already. Power Treads, Cloak, Vessel.
Has been killed.
A ton of HP on him.
Oh, Funnick's going Midas as well. This is a... There's a rough position to be in. T2000, brown boots into Radiance, 2k gold in the bank for the Alchemist. He is... Jesus.
Do you think that the Midas... This is... For me, this is always like a question. Is the Midas really bad here? I'm not sure. Like, it's... You won't be winning these next couple of fights. If you go for a Blink or a BKB, you won't be winning them most likely anyway. So Midas, it's kind of greedy, right? But it will allow you to eventually scale. Question mark, eventually, if you get there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That is
mid lane.
The old... Wrap on GP. Oh, no. Oh, they tipped him as well. Dude, Outsiders are feeling it. All these aggressive tips. DM gonna try and get in range for the scythe. Funnick pump faking that Doom, so DM will think twice about this, but what do you know? Thunder God's hit back. Yeah. He's already got level 2 in the ultimate.
It's the level 2 ulti and Kaya, right? From Kaya and Sanj. It's another kill.
They're in. The ward behind the tower. They're going to scout out Arrow as well. The Snapfire's only got 345 movement speed to play with, so I don't know how you ever get out. Maybe if you can... No, not going to happen. Arrow, another easy chase down. Outsiders up to 16 kills. So Lizard, I mean, this is the Eastern Europe.
No, man, they can do it. They can still do it. Come on.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Look at this, a big Zeus. Oh no, he lost his bloodlust. Okay, never mind. I was just seeing Zeus kind of fly around, you know, on the clouds, and he had bloodlust though, so he was looking kind of jacked too. But no, he lost it. Don't worry.
I heard you were talking about some biceps. Is that true?
Dude, no, it wasn't at all. I would. Okay. what happened was we had like a 20-minute break, and we were speaking about kind of some of the neutral creeps and how jacked they are, like the Saddle Tormentors are jacked, and we were speaking about who's the jack people and the plays and the talent, and I said you're jacked, man. I didn't say nothing bad about you.
Thank you. I heard it was something bad, but thank you. It must be the haters hating, right? Or those weebs sharing misinfo. Yeah, it has to be that.
I'm not cutting off the weeb fan base. I love you, weebs.
But you don't get it. You don't get it. You have to hate them. That's how they're gonna love you.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah,
Screw you guys. Freaking
yeah.
weebs.
That's it. They're still gonna just go into your chat and they'll be like, yeah.
Alright. Smoke from outsiders. Gonna part their way top. Scan does give them some heads up of the position from Rune Eaters, so it's gonna be Shakota to charge in forward. Well, it's going to hold 2 back for the moment, but where's the damage? And while Arrow here can't get it in, he's stuck in the middle of it all. They're going to try and chase down the little piggy. Meanwhile, the Wyvern, that's an easy pickings, and DM gets the scythe as well. Is able to catch up to the Snapfire. So 2 more kills, and I mean, listen, with everything going on, Ramses, this has to be the best game for Position 1. You've got the boys just solo carrying you. Rams like, don't worry, lads, I'll keep farming. I'll keep the farming pattern going.
Yeah, it's one of those games in which you feel like, I don't know, you're just there as a carry, right? Like, you're not necessary. You're kind of around. Your team is winning the game already for you. It's also the worst games for me. Like, whenever I play carry, I hate these games because I know that if we lose, it's 100% on me. You know, my team has done enough. So the pressure is mounting. The pressure is there. I don't think that's going to be a problem for Ramses. He's got, what, the Dragonlance Daedalus, 1500 gold. Whenever they choose, they can go for that Roshan as well. Invade the triangle, punish TA a bit harder before he gets the Radiance. Yeah, this Alchemist is... Oh, never mind. Don't punish him anymore, please. He's on 5k net worth.
Let him be. Let this guy be. Well, they're going to see the smoke, though. DM sees that Observe Ward was placed under the cover of no vision. Haze.
There's a blink tiny.
They're gonna blink on Yamich though. They're able to close the distance. A beautiful cookie from Ari, but hang on, this death pulse. Okay, he sees it. He's alright.
Zeus ult.
Oh, how long? Oh, 34.
30.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do want to quickly mention as well the fact that Funnick, he's got a blink already completed as well after the Midas. I really like what he's been doing as well. It's kind of crafty where he's actually got the Raise of the Dead, and he's just been sending the skeletons constantly to top. He knows he can't really farm it as aggressively, so it's just sending like a double wave of skeletons to always at least provide some pressure. This is that kind of experience coming out. You got to get really crafty when you're this far behind. What are you laughing at?
I can't believe I'm hearing this. I just love your optimism. Yeah, he's sending those skeletons. I love what he's doing. He can't really go anywhere, but those damn skellies, they'll show them.
Well, it's a play of individual brilliance, and I like to highlight that a lot when a team's falling behind, and at least for them to look at things that they've done well, because it's very easy to look at the bad things. You're getting stomped. There's no other way to put it. 10,000 net worth lead. I mean, they're already considering Roshan, and well, they want more kills as well as Tiny. Oh, might see Haze. Pretty good reactions coming through for the park. Funnick's going to jump into the middle, but insta Yakoda holds him back with the Fire Blast. And, well, Funnick, he doesn't have the armor to be able to play with. They instantly bring him down. DM, no remorse as well with dropping the Scythe to cut off the life of Doom.
Yeah, the plan there was perhaps to approach Roshan a little bit closer, maybe send some skellies in there, but sadly way too far behind. Like you said, they jumped the Doom, they kill him off in pretty much a couple of seconds. TA also did not have Radiance completed while that was happening, so he couldn't really be joining them. If maybe he had Radiance, they could have smoked up, went for a play. But without it, there's just no way that they fight.
They do. I was gonna say, do Zeus ulti for the Wyvern, and I mean, Yamich, he almost solo killed him. This was also a blink at like 14 minutes in, which is crazy as a position for Tiny. They're also gonna get Funnick top lane. From Roche to top they go. GPK and Ramses, a potent concoction. The Outsiders now can chain this into a T1 tag. Dude, but these tips, they're hang on, they're actually just bullying Rune Eaters, not just with the kills, the high fives, and it's not just one person that's getting all the tips. It's kind of everyone on Rune Eaters.
Yeah, because everyone is dying.
Oh, okay, my bad.
So far, Hayes has 2 deaths and Phonic 3. That's the lowest on their side. But yeah, it's just a rough match, right? It started off very poorly from the laning stage and just snowballed off of that. And there's a Blink on Puck coming up shortly, 20 gold away. But you're already playing into this Aegis TA. Ah, it's alright. How's weather in Australia?
Ramsey should be able to chase down Arrow. They're going to reveal the Nimbus as well. Look at that damage, man. Oh boy. Dude. Outsiders, this is a nice little statement game as well, because they really struggled in their series versus Na'Vi. I mean, they got bodied. There was a 25-minute victory. There was a 29-minute victory as well. Wasn't really close. So the fact that at least their next game after that series, they're able to show that they weren't really phased by that Na'Vi loss.
For sure. Another smoke. Straight towards the Doom. Hello, Mr. Phonic. Tiny will realize smoke has been broken. Oh, a bit slow though. I have to admit, a bit slow from him. Expected faster reactions. But
isn't Phonic supposed to be the boomer? Isn't his reaction supposed to be slow?
Yeah, right. It took Yamich a couple of seconds to toss the avalanche first. But yeah, nicely done by Phonic to escape that. They fed enough, right? Like they need a couple of these breeders. They need a couple of these dodged ganks. It could help them consolidate a little bit, at least for TA to get the BKB, which he is getting closer to, right? Like the problem is, like, you're playing an alchemist. Everyone knows it's like Sensei Cinderan said, it's an alchemist game. You need to shut him down, and they did. Yep.
I mean, I shut him down in style. We just...
Yeah, mid lane as well. TA is taking...
They're everywhere. They are everywhere, Lizard. You getting kills down bottom, getting kills mid, you're also sieging.
And the courier, okay. Sure.
Oh, Ramses. Kari's gonna be okay with the corner breaks. What do you do? Like, what are the comms right now for Rune Eaters? You just like dead silence? Is there one person speaking? Like, what? It feels like it would be a very awkward situation.
No, the comms are like, wait for the BKB and let's go for one more fight. If it fails, we GG out. Most likely. I've felt this beating before in my life. I've been in Rune Eater's shoes, so I think that's what it is. Let's smoke up. We have the BKB. Let's see what happens. They want to wrap around. It's a good idea.
Traps positions. Tiny is kind of nearby to be able to pop the smoke. They're going to be a little bit too late from Rune Eaters. Full set of barracks has already been claimed, and Outsiders are back to the Radiant Triangle, so they should be able to get out of dodge.
You can see how Outsiders are disciplined, even though they're 20k ahead 20 minutes in. They move back onto the triangle. They knew something was fishy. They didn't really want to stay and get wrapped around. Also, everyone was alive on Rune Eaters, but no one was showing, right? So
just the mark of a good team, making sure there's no opportunities for the enemy to be able to capitalize.
Yeah, it's really important. I think it's important to practice discipline. Not only use it when the games are important, but always, because it gets into your routine. Obviously, it's nice to loosen up sometimes, but it can hurt you when it's important.
Let's see Hayes. They're gonna jump? Oh my god!
Yeah.
Dude, he just disappeared.
That was way too quick. Like, the puck couldn't even phase shift. He was just dead.
Arrow! No, they got another! He's like, I can't go to the high ground. Ramsey's already hitting my objectives. I gotta go right. I gotta go somewhere. Phoenix in. They lost the Aegis. Tier 2 Towers are gonna charge in the middle as well. But look at the toss. Oh, the Tiny repositions the TA to the right side. All they're gonna do is just try and bring down one person in this fight. They will finally be able to do so, but it looks like it comes at such a grave cost as GPK is just freely spellcasting in the middle of this fight. Arrow's going to try and change their attention away from the puck, and well, he's able to do so successfully. They're going to chase the snap fire inside the base, but Hayes is killed off as well by the bottom outpost. 5 down, and well, you don't have to TA to siege, but looks like that's not going to be a concern. The aim is up to the job.
Yep. The only question now is if they go for another fight or not. On the side of Rune Eaters, there are 2 sides down. There's a tier 2 on top lane, so it's very unlikely that the outsiders can finish. Yeah, Mitch.
He does not care. He's got yulls already. Oh. Does he finish this game higher net worth than the puck?
Most likely. Right, if you get a couple of towers now that are left remaining, he's having such a good time on the Tiny, and they smoke up. TA is up, by the way, very soon, so they can do exactly this. She can port to the outpost.
Coin for me.
He wants farm, wants his potatoes. Ramsey sees a farming pattern top to be able to connect to the tier 2. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go there instead.
Alchemist.
How much? Oh, well, that's going to help him get a little bit more net worth than the puck. Quick and easy kill. Keep in mind that. That's the carry that's just getting blown up like that.
There was nothing left, by the way.
Arrow?
Arrow?
Are they going to... Carry doesn't have the Arctic Burn. Hey, he's going to look about jumping in. Everyone's going to protect it for them. Oh. No, not the Lotus for the Ogre. Did they get it? Oh, he got denied. No.
Wait, why did he get denied exactly? I'm stupid.
Is it the... I think it's because the Lotus is that Lotus has some weird mechanic.
Yeah, but it's still Winter Wyvern Zulti on him.
I thought that would be the case, but the only difference is that he was Lotus, so that's all. I don't know if that's right. Probably not. You're supposed to know the mechanics, man. I'm supposed to fall back on you.
Oh well, you know, it happens. What can I say? Some Lotus Orb Winter's Curse is not really what we see every single day, but interesting mechanic. You learn something every time, okay? But usually you shouldn't be doing that, right? Like, usually you don't want to ulti the Lotus target anyway.
Oh, thank you, Lizard. I appreciate that.
I'll share that nugget of knowledge. You know this.
No, funny. No, you're Midas. It's on cooldown. It's on cooldown. Sorry. Oh no. Oh, all right. One last smoke.
Yeah, here we go. Who do you go on? It would be cool to doom the TA again. Like, if they could doom the TA, they could take the fight. Perhaps they wouldn't win it, but they would live to fight another day. Roche has respawned. Oh, they know exactly. Yeah. Do they have another smoke? They don't.
Is that an Octarine? Oh. What's GPK's got Octarine already?
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under
18,000 gold. Not too bad for 27 minutes in.
Dude is balling. Alright, well, they can't get megas, but creeps are inside the base, so you're gonna have to come back eventually. And this is just, again, the discipline from outsiders. They know where Rune Eaters are currently positioned, thanks to the Thunder Gods. You know, really the only... If there's ever a perfect fight, the high ground, it's a choke point. That's what Rune Eaters are trying to play with, but soon they've got to come back, and that means then outsiders can sweep to the triangle and get rid of those wards.
Yeah, and you aren't even worried if you're outsiders. You're not worried about Roshan, right? You have that trap inside the pit, and because of that trap, you know they're not rushing. Yamich goes in.
Oh no, Yamich combo out. BKB is going to protect Funny for the moment. He's able to find Ramsey on the side. Oh my lord, just 3 hits the Doom. Not even opportunity to use the ultimate. TA2000 is gone as well. And finally, the G's are dropped. There's Outsiders. Just absolutely obliterate Rune Eaters. I mean, this is I don't say it, but Lizard, if it's ever going to be called a Gaben shellacking, that is probably the prime example of a Gaben shellacking.
Yeah, that was... I feel bad for them, really. But what can you do? It happens every now and then. You just lose all 3 lanes. You need to, brush it off and go next. That's it. You just lost all 3 lanes. You're not much worse of a team strategically. You just messed up the laning stage and it didn't work out in the end. I feel that if the lanes went a little bit better for them, they could have had this game. You would jump the TA every single time, you doom her. There are ways of eliminating her, but they just got stomped.
Yeah, there's not really another way to put it. Unfortunately for game 1, Rune Eaters, like you said, lost the lanes, was Outsiders that were just able to snowball from them, but wipe the slate clean, get the mines ready to go for game 2, and anything can happen if you can set yourselves up with a perfect draft, and we'll find out if that's going to be the case after the break.
No, please, Fia, please don't downplay it.
No,
Please.
please. You are
that
honestly
was insane.
a god amongst
I
men.
don't know how it happened.
I can't wait to shake your hand again.
That actually never happens.
Alright, but it makes me think Zeus. I mean, I don't know for sure, but Marcy's probably going to be 5. Zeus is most likely 4. I wanted to see Marcy 4. They can still do it. I hope they do. Because Marcy can pair up really well some, nice offlaners. Like, for example, if it's a really good... He's going to be able to see a lot. So if maybe a Necrophos could be good or something along that effect, where you can get him out of position, be strong in lane. Marcy's the strongest laner in Dota right now, by far.
Lycanthrope.
And they're going to lane that versus the NP. Pretty decent lane matchup. I mean, he's going to lose the lane a little bit because everyone loses. Yeah, Lycan will lose the NP in lane. Yeah. But throughout the whole game, it's very good.
Okay. How is the bounce back for Lycan losing a lane?
Good. You just farm, get a HOD, and then you'll kick NP out regardless of how badly you lost the lane.
Okay.
Yeah, they just need to rotate an extra hero up there, and then they just take the tower.
But NP doesn't really care too much about getting kicked out of lane because
he'll just
go to whatever lane he wants, as we saw last game, and kick someone else out of the lane in return. So
yeah, I think it's nice that they have Puck this game because Coddle was easily dove and killed, even with his move speed. Puck is gonna be an extra level of difficult. They'll need to chain stun or something. The Hawk can't just TP in and kill Puck. It's not gonna happen. So I don't know if we'll see the same skirmishing we did last game in the mid lane.
Okay. Are there any seemingly easy pickoffs for Nature's Prophet? Let's say he gets bullied out of lane, wants to roam a little bit more. Who is he looking to really stand a chance against?
The most likely, just the natural flow of the game, is that he'll probably just TP to his off lane and try and pressure that tower and take it, because it just opens up the map so much for his team or himself if he wants to farm there. Because your off laner can then push down the lane and farm the deeper jungle, put a ward on the cliff, and then he can farm the camps kind of closer to their tier 1 off lane tower and then the triangle if he wants.
5 seconds remaining.
So that would be the nicest place to go. If there is an opportunity mid though, I could for sure see him going there.
This is gonna be the last band, so you guys can. Then you have to get one of them right. Either guess this last band, BetBoom's last pick, or part.
I don't want to ban.
You have to.
I don't want to guess a band.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna talk about BetBoom banning Juggernaut, giving some respect to that hero for no good reason. But
great guess, guys. Mars, you both got it.
I was thinking it in my head the whole time. Over
they need an offlaner. I would like them to not pick some just ganker because they already have that in the Void Spirit. What could they pick here? Pango looks okay. Is that in the game? It is. Versus the Lycan. Kunkka, that's not in the game. Underlord. That one's an old school pick against Lycan. I don't know if they're gonna do the same build, but before you just go wherever Lycan is, you buy a Crimson Guard. I mean, maybe this is outdated. He's probably just gonna go in the normal Toast BKB builds, but Crimson did get buffed, and along with a damage reduction. You just sit there, put the pit on the ground, Crimson your teammates, and Lycan actually just can't fight into that. And he probably won't do it, but I'm going to say it anyway, because it was really annoying when I played a lot of Lycan, and he will just defend his towers and just kind of go where Lycan is and just be a wall.
I feel like they have so much damage on Bet Boom that if he does go Atos, though, they can just, like, kill the Lycan in that route.
Yeah, it's like the new meta build, right? That's probably
new meta? Atos has been around forever. What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Atos has been around forever, but that used to be a bad build for Underlord, but it is the new meta where it's kind of core now into BKB.
Yeah. Also, they're doing this again where they have lots of mobility.
Oh, look, they picked Ursa.
They did.
Okay,
Wow.
I like had to laugh at that because I'm like, oh yeah, because everyone's picking Ursa.
Dude, what do you mean?
Well, everyone is picking
It was more about
Ursa.
PA than Ursa, okay?
Oh,
Like, we've
okay.
seen
Oh,
Boom,
sorry,
like,
alright,
Boom play
okay,
loads
okay.
of Ursa,
Alright,
you know?
I'm gonna need 2 more people to save us from ripping each other's heads off here. Oh my god, I thought that was gonna be thrown
Oh
at
my
me.
goodness.
Holy heck.
Do you want it to?
Lyrical Trent. No, I
Violence.
really don't want it to be.
God,
Please.
what is
This is
happening?
her
I don't
last
know.
broadcast.
It's devolving. I'm never coming back, so please, Lyrical, save us this Ursa. Everyone's picking it right.
Yeah, Ursa's great. Everybody loves the Ursa, the bear man. I mean, I don't know. I don't see it
Ursa
that
way
often
she-
either, but I'm excited. I feel like also people have been going the diff blade on him, so I want to see. Oh my god, that's fine. Everything's good.
She's telling me, yep, she'll come back. No, she's flipping me
I'm in
off.
solidarity.
All right, yep. Okay, everyone's leaving. You know what? I'm going to do it too. Let's jump into this game. We're going on game 2. Bye.
All right. Hello, everyone. It's just me now. I'll do a solo analyst of this game. It's like hopping on my stream. No, but for real, the casters will take this one away. They're going to be revived. Or I'm just going to sit here and tell you guys a story about my day. Yeah?
You
No?
throw it
Oh, we
now.
have a friend. Just kidding. Lyrical and Trent, take this one away.
Why'd you stop his story? I want to know where he was going with this.
Well, the game's starting, and I was worried that it was gonna fall apart. You can't milk a bit too much. But we're into the game now, Trent, and we're getting ready to go see if Bet Boom are gonna continue the dominance, or if maybe Party can pull it back together. How you feeling about the drafts?
Well, it's looking pretty similar because I see this guy, Dahawk, and I see him on Nature's Prophet again, and I get concerned. But we got answers this time, okay? We got the bear that caused this whole commotion on the panel, enraging those of us who are working on this series. And we also have the Wolfman, too. So lots of animal plays here. Enchantress, it's an animalistic and very, very primal draft here from Parney. It's going to bring them back to a 1-1 score. I can feel it. I'm a believer in this because they also have Puck, who's like the best hero right now.
I like it. That's and that has also been Depressed Kid's best hero to some extent, or at least the one that he popped off on most recently. I do think it's very telling. Like, I don't know if you could feel it, but it felt like he was a little bit angry on that coddle, the way that the game was going, and they come back, they first pick his hero. They got to be coming in with like better sort of feeling for the game, right? It's very easy to sort of say this loss doesn't even matter. We just, bad draft, whatever, and then come back game 2 and just absolutely own.
Oh, yeah, big old reset button. There's no better reset button than getting picked Puck. Are you, how's your Marcy meter lately? Are you a Marcy fan as we continue to move our way through this meta?
I'm not as much of a Marcy fan as I am a Dawnbreaker fan. I like Dawnbreaker a lot more.
I think that's the correct take.
Begins.
But like, not necessarily who I think is better for that one. I got no idea, no clue. It's still very bad read of how these heroes compare. But I will say that I like to watch the gameplay of Dawnbreaker more. I think it's a more like fun hero to play or to see played.
I feel like they both can be a little bit of that sort of. Either they have a really good, like no middle ground, very feast or famine. Like they either have a really good game or a really bad game. Because Dawnbreaker's looking to kind of get ahead and keep the team ahead with the big heals and the saves, and then Marcy can also run down a game with the rebounds, the catches, and it's kill after kill, and it's low cooldown. Will it be a kill on Force Major up top though? Because we know he thunderbolted, but no, they're not going to fully commit. Even with the Arctic Burn and the Earth Shock, it's not enough to fully chase him down here.
No, it's a little bit. Oh, are they going to keep the pressure on? Actually,
Look at these right clicks. Get him, Zeus.
they're strong. Force Major just going to get punched a couple of times. Ursa not as scary until he gets those Fury swipes, but can still do a nice little dance with the taunt, and of course Urshock for CSing or just last hitting when he needs to. Mid lane
taunt,
though,
by the way, very important.
Oh,
I think,
so good
about Ursa. You know, makes me want to play him support just so I can play more Ursa and try and taunt with him more often.
That's a good reason to play Dota. You know, again,
hey,
just
man,
going back to our theory. Yeah,
the taunts. Yeah, that's what it's all about.
The theory of you know, sort of reveling in other people's sadness. The taunt fits well with that. Got to keep our eyes on how this next couple of minutes go here, as a quick jaunt away by the press kid, but down bottom we're seeing the Seneko, the Hawk, constant pressure onto the two of them. And Heaven, does he have a creep to get? It does
he
look like.
Well, he's stealing the Treants right now.
Okay.
So that's one that he's been trying to take away some of the power of Dahak in the lane. Just sort of chasing Seneko around that. I mean, obviously you can do a lot of stuff, just like Nature's Prophet. You can try and like block out camps and everything, but unfortunately couldn't stop Seneko from body blocking his small camp while also stacking the big camp. So lots of creeps for all of them to work with now in that camp.
Right. There's only one that you can take on the Ench, though, for the moment, and that's the Little Troll. Needs to get one more level before he can get the Pine Cones. As noticed, some trouble. This has been a constant frustrating matchup, I would say, of the Ursa against the Underlord. And Notice is going to have to pop the salve here. It can get a little bit testy for the Underlord.
Yeah, I do like that about the Nature's Prophet setup, is that you're able to do these multiple like positions a lot more easily with this hero than other potential position ones. Like, it's not a big deal to go into the off lane for Nature's Prophet like this because you have the help of the Treants. So giving Notice a much safer place to farm. Because you can imagine if Notice was in this off lane situation versus an Ursa and a Wyvern, there's nothing to do, right? Like, he needs the protection of his tower, or he's just going to get run down from the percent-based damage of the Arctic Burn and an Ursa. So it's very important that you have a hero that lets you swap over like this.
Yeah, totally. And that is kind of going to be the thing to watch for, is if they can put Notice into that position, and even just this little step forward. Makushi also needs to be careful. Force Major's there, has a heavenly jump to get away, slow it down. Notice looking for the final touch, and they get it. Force Major picks it up with the lightning bolt. That is a great hero to get first blood on.
Yeah, and they still don't have good control over the lane either. As Notice has some creeps by the tower that's going to hold the wave, the raining wave coming through, and he's just going to keep firing by his tower, even though his Zeus is gone. So much free space for Notice right now. And Force Major, though, he's going to run into the press kid. Oh, it's a bit.
Oh, no.
Oh, click him.
One more punch. Oh, the flow. Dude, the attack speed's slow.
What is he saying?
God.
Was he must
the
be
heavenly
surrounded
jump?
at the orb point.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a courier too. Stop it.
Courier.
Come on.
Yo,
he was
dude,
just going to kill himself on the tower.
All right, that's hype. Force Major, what a great start to this game. He's got boots now.
Okay, he just got
it.
first blood in his lane. He went and killed the enemy mid, and then he killed the courier of the carry who's in his lane.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Like, what?
Dude, Makushi's dead again.
No, please,
He's dead again. He's absolutely dead again. Oh, no. One more hit. Does he get the raid? Oh. Yes, he does. Force Major. This guy's going to be a colonel pretty soon.
Oh,
get out of here.
Him. Let's go.
Yeah, Force Major's having a hell of a good one.
Somewhere Merlini's smiling.
That's right.
Finally. Justice for my hero.
Oh, jeez. Well, the mid lane going significantly better this time around for Pari Parni. Depressed Kid already 34-3 versus the 24-5 against what can already be considered like a little bit of a tough matchup for Puck sometimes.
Yeah, definitely a counter pick hero where people are looking to take that Void Spirit into the mid, because like hard to contest and everything, and he's died. So yeah, it's pretty ridiculous that you're this far up.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to keep our eyes up there and see what Zeus gets into. He's already going for arcanes. Yo, if he actually can play a little bit greedy here and get these arcanes in time, this lane is going to be so rough for Pari Parni. I mean, it already is a little bit tough, but getting those boots would be huge.
Yeah, it's kind of like I believe it was the last series where Fear was talking about Viper, and he's just saying, like, Viper either has, like, a really, really good lane or a really, really bad lane, and Ursa can kind of have the same situation, where you're either dominating the lane and really crushing someone, or something really weird happens at the start, like a Zeus popping off, and then imagine if they have these arcanes, like, they just decide to keep spamming, right? Like right now, there's a 1v1 of Ursa and Underlord, and the Underlord doesn't care. That's a bad sign.
Oh, depressed kid in some trouble. They have the jump. Coil used. Couple more punches. Force Major gets another kill here. But they did steal the regen rune away. That's something, but it still hurts.
And all of this is, again, just space for Underlord, right? Like, I really like teams that don't over-punish a lane. Like, they're not, like, wasting all of his time just trying to shut down the Ursa. Like, he makes the rotation, he gets the further gold, he now has the arcanes, now he runs back at the Ursa after a jump as well. Like, they may not get this kill, but it's going to be a stupid amount of damage. The raindrop's really helping.
Yeah, they need that. But again, that's all extra, like, gold needed to try and keep him survivable. And Immersion gets turned on there. Big jump forward. Seneko with the dispose, able to find it. And a couple more punches means Immersion will survive. But God, I mean, Noticed is level 6. Monkushi's still level 4. I think they're going to try and TP in here and take the tower, maybe.
Well, look how aggressive that ward is.
Monkushi caught in trouble, going to drop. They pop the NP ulti afterwards. And a last touch will take down Monkushi. So 3 deaths in the early goings here.
That was beautiful. I love that setup. Because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, does he just TP in? It's like, oh no, he just has the ulti anyway. Like, he doesn't have to be here. Now they bring the full numbers. And Puck
5 heroes.
Okay, Puck has a regen though. So full mana going to be here. There is a coil. We need more heroes. Lycan doesn't have 6 though, so Lycan can't rotate and do anything. So a coil won't amount to any kills.
That's still really good though. I mean, being able to stop this push from happening, the catapult going down, is pretty big. They needed that in a big way.
Seneko maybe thinking about something mid there on Heaven, but not able to find a connection.
But 5-1. I mean, I will say that considering the state of the game last time, like, I was calling GG at this point last game. It's less than 1,000 gold lead, 5-1. But Pari Party are definitely in a better spot right here. Leash in trouble. Oh, dude, that illusion rune. I don't think he took the soul splitter blast damage, but still ends up going down.
Yeah, no assimilate to try and get away at some point there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Can't quite get it. Press kid. He's fine.
Yeah, it's been waiting to use that coil for a while, so finally it's an opportunity. Gets to kill the enemy mid, exactly what you want. They don't have the pressure that you might hope for, unfortunately. There's no creep here with the Ench to try and like pressure or push it all. She can just like take a tree in if she wants. Yeah. Throw that thing at the tower.
Nice.
Lycan has Helm though, so he's ready to pressure as well. Oh, he is the troll too. So yeah, they could do some tower pushing.
Okay. Zeus ulti. Monkushi again in trouble as Laurel made the move. Notice picks up that kill up top. So the Ursa continuing to struggle. And he actually has a Midas queued up after the phase boot stiff.
He's below the Zeus.
Yeah.
He's dead though.
Wow. They finally pick up one. That was needed. That's a good chunk of gold too.
I was waiting to see who was going to pop that pinata, you know. Whenever I'm a support, I start to feel that. I get a streak early, I'm like, uh-oh. I'm just like the juiciest kill for somebody right now.
Yeah. Dude, look at Ench's inventory right now. I didn't even see this. 5 branches.
That's just value right there.
Right?
You can't beat those stats.
I like that.
Haste.
This is previously the Bet Boom and Tundra away, I think it was, at the major, that were just filling up their inventories with those stats early on. Get some pretty good value on a hero like Ench.
It's a little excessive.
Maybe a bit.
Might want to finish a wand or something.
Radiant's
there,
bottom tower is under attack.
He's breaking them down, you know? Get himself some treads.
Absolutely.
Radiant structures are
Bet Boom
fortified.
doing
Radiant's bottom
the
tower
5
is under
push
attack.
together strat, it looks like, as 4 heroes are down bottom, and with the next catapult they might bring in One more afterwards. We'll see. Although, actually, it's a pretty good move from Pari Parni. They want to try and take this mid tower. And I think they get it.
They definitely do. This is a favorable trade for sure. Bad would be losing Pasha. But they don't really have the easiest ways to kill the Lycan in this game, right? Like, the Atos into a Pit of Malice, maybe, combined with all the damage. But it kind of feels like a game where you might want to Yules on the Void Spirit if you're trying to catch him. But he's rushing the Aghanim's instead. So, with Lycan's Quelling Blade to get out of the Sprout, he's very survivable here, and that's a very good sign. They also have Immersion with 6 now, which they've been waiting for so they can get the big curse kills. They do not want Seneko here.
Now, 2 they're going to find, and it looks like he will go down, but nothing else afterwards.
I mean, they don't want to run him with the smoke, but at the same time, they also didn't pop the coil or anything, so it's kind of okay.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, just hard to get another thing afterwards. Maybe could have looked for another opening if they want to. I mean, they're going to have transformation soon on Lycan, and then also the Helm of the Overlord in about 1,000 more gold. So that could be another sort of timing when Pari Parni try to make a move together. But you got to be thinking about Roche as well.
Exactly, yeah. They're going to Roche the Helm of the Overlord, I think. It's what gives them the easiest, like, fast way to do the Roche. Very safe. Cover yourself with the Winner's Curse, and Betboom will have a hard time contesting that.
Radiant's courier
I'm sure they'll be popping quite a bit of ultis just for the vision to like keep an eye on them and scanning around the Roche pit. So they should have a good idea when it's happening. And the question will just be like, how much do you lose going for Roche because you're versus a Nature's Prophet?
A nice little window there. You saw Pasha's courier gets killed. The Marcy actually unleashed to kill the courier. And that had the Vlads on it. So a nice little way to slow things down. Press Kid, Invis. Spots out Laurel, but doesn't have enough damage with just the puck, I think, to kill here.
Oh, they can kill him now. Come on.
Thinking about it. Go on in. Coil down. Tries to finish him. Will it be enough? Assimilates back up again in a second. Notice. Makes the move over, though, and they don't get him. Puck instead falls. Oh, my God. And they try and bring in the Lycan to stop this, but it's not going to happen. Wow. That hurts.
Man, I had to double check if he had raindrops or not. He just took so much damage so fast. The Nature's Prophet ulti hit him for 270, and he gets zapped by the Zeus and the Void Spirit all, I think, in the same just cooldown. It's like, I mean, obviously the same 7 seconds. So, yeah, you only got 1 proc your raindrop, and Void Spirit barely living. That is so painful to see. They waited so long for that. And actually, right before they jumped, Force Ranger almost popped the Zeus ulti because they knew something was up, right?
Yeah.
They're like, okay, they're not showing on the map, and he was kind of like hanging in the tower range.
Radiant are
now they're gonna find themselves Pasha, and I said that they have a hard time killing him, but when you can lead with the root, he's dead.
Yeah, and there's just nothing there afterwards. Wow. What a big swing of fortune. Over the last couple minutes, things are looking better for Pari Parni, but lose a couple of heroes. They will probably get this top tower with the Ench just spamming out Seed Shot and punching it, but man, that boom. Doing it big.
Dire's top tower.
Oh, and he got the Midas.
There it is.
All right, Ursa. It's like, yeah, we're not fighting anyways. I'm just going to farm up. Buy me time,
Golden
team.
Glove, you know? It's feeling good.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
All right. Well, I got to imagine that soon Pari Parni are going to want to go on in for that Roche if possible. They're just about to finish the Helm of the Overlord. First looking for a pickoff, though. Who will they find?
Space being bought with that smoke as he heads into the pit.
Kushi there.
I mean, they can't kill Laurel. I mean, they've done the math on this, right?
Yeah, they're just trying to slow him down, force him out, make sure that they have access to the Roche pit. Dude, what if he Thunder God's Wrath right as it comes out? Kills Ursa with that. That'd be awesome.
A couple more bashes, you know.
Right? No such luck. So Munkushi will get the Aegis. Ursa Bear starting to get bigger.
Ancient Ice Golem's ready.
Time to party.
The greatest of griefs.
You do gotta love it. I mean, I kind of wish that the Ice Fire Bomb was better. I think it's kind of trash, personally, but
it's 400 damage. I mean, yeah, it's kind of trash. It's true.
I guess it's better than I thought. Did it used to be better? Oh, it's because I was thinking about the building damage portion because it only does 25% damage.
Yeah, make it 100% cowards. Then we'll have a
Exactly.
creep.
That'll be a good one. It's 30-second cooldown. I mean, come on. Oh,
Then there's just the
8
Black
seconds
Dragon, and you're like, oh yeah, this is really good.
still. Yeah, that thing's crazy. Send it down a lane. Just does whatever it wants. But right now, still very even in this game. That Aegis binds some more time for the Ursa to come online. I will say that BetBoom hasn't been playing as fast as we saw last game. And I'm curious if they ever sort of, when they start pushing up the tempo a little bit, if they feel comfortable with the slightly slower pace of game that they've been going with.
Yeah, it seems this was by design too, because Laryl not rushing the fast items. He didn't go for the Yules in terms of just like chasing and killing and comboing with his other heroes. He waited for this longer build of going for the Aghanims first, just knowing that's going to take some a longer time to get online. But you know, you don't really want to be like diving and fighting into the puck necessarily, because then you're just hitting Depressed Kid's best timing when he just wants you to sort of collapse into him. And you know that the Ursa was so slowed down that I think he kind of saw that he had a window here. And the silence is just ridiculously valuable. Like, if Depressed Kid goes blink next, his Ags will be out before he's an option versus it.
Zeus ulti. Snako backs away. Has the jump to get to the low ground. Laurel still chasing, but that is the shapeshift down.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So, a little bit of a window here. Atos. Immersion gets hit with the second one. Depressed Kid's right on top of him, pulls him back into it. Coil afterwards, but noticed. Takes a boatload of damage. Force Major will find the kill there onto the Wyvern, but it comes at a cost, as Marcy also will drop here. And that closeness to that Aghanims for Laurel that you're talking about, this is right before that window comes in.
Yeah, he's got a lot of dead gold on him. Like, sure, it gives you some stats and everything, but obviously not a nice active capability compared to something like the Witchblade damage that you saw coming up from the puck there to help finish off that Marcy. And, you know, they barely got the kill on the Wyvern. Actually, almost surviving there, too. So that could have been quite a bit worse for BetBoom.
Yeah, it's not really feeling like they're getting what they want out of this. And for side of Pari Parni, a lot of this off the back of just Depressed Kid's like early power spikes that he's been hitting. You know, he gets a couple more items here. Things are going to start looking really good, trying to get into the Sanjikaya.
Look at Munkushi. He's top of the board.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he went Midas, but, like, damn. What's happening with these heroes on BetBoom? Where's the farm, Dahak? Where are you at? Shouldn't he be, like, way up this game?
They've been playing very together as, like, 4 or 5. And it feels like Pari Parni is already spreading out the map.
Well, either way, it's very impressive. I mean, just think about when they were, like, roving around and getting those kills and everything, and now suddenly a Depressed Kid's going to solo pick off on the Zeus there. They got Pasha playing in your jungle right now with the Black Dragon. Has ulti in another 8 seconds.
Well, and they can't quite kill Lotus there.
Why did that neutral item jump to Depressed Kid? Okay, well, either way.
DOT from the Witchblade from far away. That's probably what it was.
It was really weird looking.
Yeah, the creep probably jumped, or the creep died from a punch from him or something.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Snako?
attack.
Also in trouble. Silence there, no dispose. Can they kill him off in the end? Winner's Curse. Okay. Depressed Kid tries to get out, phase shift, and then the jump away. But they do get Snako. So a couple of supports taken down. And, you know, the Force Major kill, it was like 400 gold or something that went over the way of Snako, or of Depressed Kid.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're getting farmed.
He does have to worry about the Ags now, though. It is finished here for Laurel, so it's flying out. Probably a smoke upcoming. And they have a lot of global potential here. Maybe that is it. Maybe they've just gone a little bit too crazy on the global. I mean, they have a lot of catch, they have a lot of mobility, but what is the actual damage that they have? Perhaps that's partially why he wanted this Aghanims.
Yeah, that's true. That could be part of it. I mean, the other thing to watch for is we haven't seen like a good Underlord ulti, I feel like, this game. I don't think we've even seen one Underlord ulti.
He came to that mid-fight and saved when they tried to dive Laurel in the tier 2. So it was really good when he did do it.
Right. but very much reactive as opposed to sort of aggressive.
Yeah, for sure.
Some sound problems.
Do you have faith in Party finishing this one out, or do you think this is just Bet Boom going to come back and do it?
I mean, it's so tough, right? Like, I guess the way that I look at it is the later it goes, I think that Bet Boom's supports do more than Party's. Like, Wyvern is obviously great, but it's not necessarily, like, amazing against this lineup. And Ench kind of falls off, whereas, like, Zeus is just, you know, late game a monster. If he actually sort of has farm, and he's already set up to get that. And then the only other question is, like, how good is Ursa compared to the NP? And I think it can be very strong, but I don't know. I don't have a ton of faith, if I'm going to be honest.
I mean, he is itemizing well with the halberd coming out, so he'll have that versus the Ursa to try and, like, deal with that as an issue. So he's not just, like, gunned down. Could be good versus the Lycan, too, other than the units, of course. I think he just sent a... Philosopher's Stone home as well. Yeah, both teams got it. So Immersion will have the blink at a pretty good timing thanks to the Philosopher's Stone on the Wyvern. That's huge.
Dude, what the hell?
Do they unpause without him?
I don't know. Go play. What? Dude, what's happening?
I think it was an accidental unpause when they weren't supposed to.
Oh, no. Well, they get Marcy. My team. Oh no, he's double
silent. That's the press kid life, dude. My team smiles.
Yeah. I want to see if his team tips him there after that death. Probably not, but Heaven in a little bit of trouble. Does have the heal going. Nature's Tendons pulled back in, but round 2 it spells should be enough to take down the old Enchi. I think she died to a melee creep there, actually.
Bit of a weird fight. With the pause and everything. I think everyone caught a little bit off guard there. Wearing off next will be the Aegis, though, as we have reached the end of that in about 20 seconds. So we'll start to play for that next Roche in the game. The Shard, of course, those Ursa players, they sure love getting it. Hoping they can grab that. Very good this game. The extra, it's like running around these fights and like trying to deal with the Pit of Malice, Fear and Rages and everything. It's good.
I like that noise too. That's good. Also really good against
noise.
Zeus.
Really helps. Yeah.
I think against the Zeus, it's pretty underrated too. Like if you happen to get like the lightning bolt off as an enrage is going out, it just feels so bad.
Oh yeah.
Taking off the heavenly jump as well. But getting together on Bet Boom now, looking for wards, ready to smoke.
Oh, that blink dagger! It's so close for immersion. Go farm, quick! They're coming. The Bet Boom are coming. The Bet Boom are coming.
I think they're going to kill Pasha here. Oh, maybe they'll run into Envy.
Heaven is Paul Revere. Down them.
That is not the kill they're hoping for. And
yeah, I don't think the British zapped him either in the real version.
No. He was flying a kite with a key, right? That's how that went?
Yeah, that's how I remember, yeah.
Yeah. Silence. A little miss there, but round 2 silence doesn't have it. The Hawk can't quite get there onto Depressed Kid, and instead coils, then the jump away. And then the push with the dispose. Mankushi pops the enraged, rebounds out. Dude, they got some things going on here. And Mankushi, I think he might be. Damn. That was really well done. Saneko. Practicing the Marcy.
Like bullfighting. This is like, Toro, over here. And he looked like a troll who'd pressed Alt. He just keeps clicking the nearest thing to him, and it's all he can do.
Yeah, a move. Well, this might be a tier 2 tower taken by Bet Boom.
Is under attack.
We'll see here in just a moment, but kind of a big turn there with that fight.
And the worst part about this for Party would be if they lose this tier 2 tower at a time when Roche isn't available. Because at the very least, you're hoping to threaten Roche all the time, so that it's scary for the enemy team to be down here and contesting and waiting a long time to take this tower. But even with the glyph, they can't get through it. And yeah, that's it.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Damn. So outpost taken now, and nothing else gained on the rest of the map. Party are going to need to come up with some answers here. I mean, they have that blink on immersion, like you talked about. They're going to smoke up with 4. Ursa a little bit behind, wanting to get that Midas usage, but the shapeshift. Snako jumped on, also in the mid. Laurel Dissimulates away. They might get Seneko here, but I don't think they get anything else. Wow. Good dodge.
That is painful. Yeah, that one hurts.
Silence on silence. Afterwards, Root has to get out and will jaunt away. Press Kit almost gets caught by that second silence. Laurel getting a little bit cute. But good reactions by the puck.
Give me a Roche time. You get 7 seconds.
I will say 58. 58 seconds. 58, 121. You price is right. Me. Oh, it's quick.
12 seconds. That's very good for Party Party.
Wow. Do they have? I mean, they don't have shapeshift though.
Oh, they're gonna see it.
Radiant
Yeah.
Poke their little heads in here. I bet. Boom. Just a little peek. Just take a little peek. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, Roche is up, guys.
Up. They thought about it. They're thinking about it.
Does Emergent blink out? How fast is he?
Quick.
Oh, he can't blink. Can't blink that.
Zeus is pretty good for that. Just like that, they get a free opening for Roche, and they're not going to think that this is up yet. Oh, man, that hurts.
They have to respect the possibility. Makushi just pinged it. He's like, they could be roaching, guys.
Shapeshift back up in 14.
They have a ward on the pillar. Yeah, they know they're in there.
Okay. They're ready to go on in. Sending out the treants to scout. I think that they're just going to give it up with no Wyvern. They don't feel confident going in. Oh, man. That one hurts. Wait a minute.
They're leaving.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Dragon was
popped.
coming.
Dragon's coming. Now, are they going to be able to take it themselves? Pasha just right in there. Root is down. Bet Boom wants to go in and contest this one. It's a little bit scary. Ursa ready to jump as well. And they have one. Catching a press kid. The walk in. Notice it's there as well. Aegis is down. And notice snatches the Aegis. Munkushi did get the shard, though. So Ursa can't jump out of the pit. But we'll take down the Underlord. Round 2, though, is not going to look as good for Munkushi. Gets saved for a moment. Meanwhile, the coil. But Dahash is standing tall, trying to bring down the rest of them. Pasha turned onto him and just throwing those rainbows. And kills off absolutely everybody. The only people left alive were the Zeus and the Underlord. But look how much damage that Ench did.
Yeah, the unsuspecting hero of this engagement, Enchantress. Getting in there. She had the most damage of her team. 3,062.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And tough stuff there from Immersion, actually. Hard to find a blink. He's getting hit by the Zeus. He's getting hit by the Nature's Prophet. That's why that curse was just a little bit late. It's actually to walk instead of blink to get the Underlord. So that's why he managed to snag the Aegis in time. But still a good recovery in that engagement. And also a couple mistakes there from Dahak, I noticed, because obviously he's just like control clicking all his units, but he had 2 treants on Immersion that he could have just like clicked on Immersion, and that fight gets way harder. But he was busy on other stuff too. So I mean, that's what's great about Nature's Prophet, right? You can always improve your play.
Right. And now, I mean, they're in a little bit of a tough one. I mean, again, it's not a huge lead. It feels like the big thing is having that shard on Ursa, and like. He is very farmed. Has the BKB completed, going next for the Blink Dagger. We're going to have to see if we get some more Force Staffs or something coming out from Bet Boom to help deal with that Ursa later.
Yeah, plus the potential Force Staffs versus the Void Spirit as well. He's going to have the Yules into the Aether Remnant soon, and that can be a serious problem for Depressed Kid. He is far away from the BKB that he's opting for as being the one solution that he can go for versus that combo. But he's also under a ward right now, but no one else is coming down here. He's pretty far away. So potential to just be like killed by a single Yules from Void Spirit at this point in the game.
Yeah, has to watch out for that one. And there are multiple BKBs that are coming out and online now. Also, Zeus is getting close to an Aghanim Scepter, so they'll have Nimbus also. Which can obviously be soaked up a lot of damage by the Lycan summons, but likewise, nice way to just cancel those TPs. Be very annoying to deal with.
Gold for me.
So 6,000 gold lead. Pari Parni, they're not going out without a fight.
Are you a believer now?
He
can't. Nothing they can do can convince him. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I feel the same way.
It's a tough one. It's a very much a tough one. But maybe. But like, look at his bottom, right? How do they deal with this? They have to send like Puck back, and he kind of needs bots, and like the tier 3 tower is almost dead.
It feels like Party have like flashes of like the fight goes well for them, but the stuff in between doesn't. You know,
Yeah.
like the lane pressure, the tower pushing, the actual objectives. They get little things right, but the grand scheme seems to be moving in the way that BetBoom wants things to. But
Right.
then you have something like Heaven popping off in that last fight. You know, he has the Hurricane Pike. He's going for a Witchblade next. He will have serious damage. And typically, this is a game that looks pretty hard, I would say, for an inch. Because there's like a lot of magic damage between like the Zeus and like being rooted or something by the Underlord. But if you can find that spacing, she does a crazy amount of damage still.
Yeah, and that is something to be considering as well, is like that, you know, a lot of the things that I think we're both thinking about for how this team, how this game goes is our thoughts are about an Ench that's not scaling, and it definitely feels like she is. And this could start to get pretty ugly if they're not careful, if Ench is just left unaddressed. So they're probably going to focus her the next time, I would imagine. Aghanim Scepter now done. Double bounty rune for Snako. Okay.
Nice. That is a big deal, though. The Zeus eggs. This is kind of where support Zeus like really peaks, I would say. Like you don't generally get into the refresher, at least not very easily, on this hero in this role. So he's kind of hit his like I'm prepared team, and whoa, that's not a BKB depressed kid.
Whoa.
What are you doing? I mean,
I'm not Dagon.
I'm not mad. I like it. This is got the attitude I want to see.
It's Dagon time. Let's go.
Wow. Okay. He is really going in with a ceremonial robe with his Kai and Sanj. He's just saying, like, they better kill me. Because if they don't, I'm zapping.
I feel like this is just to find that Zeus almost. You know? Like, if he catches Force Majeure, I think that he dies to the full combo pretty quickly, at least. So can't afford
to find out here.
Oh, he's underneath the ward. They see it. He's going to try and de-ward. This is a dead guy. This is definitely a dead guy.
Oh, guys, I found a ward.
Yay, no. Bleh. That's fine. He's got the Philosopher's Stone.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Good
under
zap, good
attack.
zap.
Okay, Snako. Oh! He's dead! I think. Maybe not. Exposed? Okay, yeah, Snako's dead. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
the whole time.
I know that's what you meant. Yep.
Oh, Laurel. Oh, no. Dude, how does this happen? Hold on. Wait a minute. They de-ward, Zeus dies, and then 2 more die afterwards.
Your base.
Boom. Getting a little sloppy. That's a good point. They just took a whole set of racks. Oh, my God. All right,
Oh, the
and they
courier.
kill the courier.
Come on.
Radiant's courier has been
Things getting a little bit sloppy here as we get towards the later stages.
See, this is what I mean. That literally showcases exactly what we're talking about. They win a fight, and yet somehow this rat just gets destroyed by Dahak.
Dire's bottom tower.
Dahak carry. Dahak God.
Dire's structures are fortified.
This man is going to keep on causing a lot of issues in this game for them. And Impetus does do bonus damage to creeps now, so that's a nice way. Maybe we'll see a Aghanims coming out later for Heaven. Get some Sprinkin'.
I would love to see some Sprunk. I got it. I think the eggs I picked up in one game that I was watching that wasn't Carry Inch. It was just, a normal game. And he didn't use it the whole time, unfortunately. The game ended.
Oh, no. It's a nice way to help, like, your wave clear, Just throw out the triple Impetus.
It's also just very satisfying.
That's true.
It's satisfying? TPing in and sprouting a Helm of the Overlord, just killing it like he just did there. Posture just handing over a nice little bounty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's really
just
good.
Sprouting it and killing it. I mean, it was only the Ice Golem, so it's okay.
Right.
Now they have the Rock Golem, the Granite Golem.
Silence on silence. They find a press kid, tries to get out. The Hawk thought about TPing in, but doesn't go for it. And God, Heaven just keeps on getting farmed, dude. He's getting a lot of gold on this edge.
Wolves? They're scouting.
He's almost ahead of Laurel in terms of farm. They kill the ancient granite golem. Catches on the wolf instead. Yeah, Ench is huge.
All right.
I mean, I guess
we
it's
got,
really just that Laurel's hurting.
We
What's
got
up?
16 seconds here. Give me your guess. Give me your roast spawn guess.
Let's go 12 seconds again. Back to back.
That's insane. No, I'm going with 2 minutes and 47 seconds.
Oh my god, a late one.
Big one.
Oh wait, let's see it. And the timer is 1:44. Split the difference. I'm closer though, so I win.
Yeah, okay. We'll go with that. It's not even true, is it? Wasn't I closer?
I just gotta speak with confidence, okay?
Yeah.
It's the key. Puck did go back for the BKB, by the way. So opting just for the dig on level 2, and after the danger that happened.
I like it. I'm not sure about the level 2. It's an expensive upgrade, but that's all right. I mean, he's going to go back for the rest now anyway, so it's fine. But yeah, with the wins down bottom, going to the BKB is very solid. Probably saw how close he was to dying. If Makushi wasn't there to blow them up, I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah, haha. Oh, speaking of which, he's level 23. So BKB on Underlord and Nature's Prophet not going to help you from the old info.
Silence. Whoa, good vision there. Chased after it. Depressed get forced to pop that BKB. Seneko tries to get away. Dahak finds one. It's Immersion trying to blow him up. They will get it. Dahak, though, gets absolutely eviscerated by the Ursa. The buyback coming from Marcy and the Wyvern. Do they keep going for more?
I'm a believer.
Wait. Turn. Depressed kid.
Coming. Big curse.
Jumps back in. Round 2. Where's the target, though? They don't have a good one. Buyback now from NP. They're ready to go. Round 2. Notice finds the back line. Great pit down. Is it going to be enough? The curse on to Seneko. He drops, but Depressed Kid 2 will die. Oh, look out, Heaven. In the back line, all of the impetus shots, they're coming out one after the other. It's not going to be enough, though. Ultra kill for Notice. This Underlord, he hits hard.
How much gold? He has 7,100 gold. Oh, my God.
He got 2,000 gold from that fight.
He's he got 6,500 experience. Holy.
He's
all
a big
who
boy.
bought back? Nature's Prophet, Mercy, and Wyvern all bought back. Oh, here's the replay here, too. Oh, man.
That's nice.
That split up was really good because this fight was going extremely well, but then the buyback from Prophet comes on the left-hand side there. That was sick. That curse was good, though. And, man, what about Heaven here, too? Oh, yeah. Okay, well, your base. I mean, they're all dead, so not much they can do about it.
And you know, you're talking about that. He has 350 bonus damage right now, and they're still dead for a while. I think this is a second tier 2 tower. Dude.
I like how he just saunters, dude. Like, he's so slow.
Yo, look at this building drop. They're dead for a while. This is definitely gone. Oh, my God.
Radiant's
big boy.
Tower has fallen.
Big boy Underlord.
All right, so now he has a Scythe and still 2,500 gold. He's got 300 gold surplus on the old buyback, so he's fine on that ground. Is anyone else filthy, stinking rich? Larl is. All right, now that's a tough one. Do you buy BKB even though Puck's about to be 25?
Ooh, I feel like you got to like just survive all the damage.
Well, but what else is there?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, I'm thinking the same thing where, like, I know I would buy this BKB, but the more I look at it, I'm just like...
Oh, it feels bad.
Yeah, it feels really bad. Just don't get coiled, I guess, is the key, right?
Right. Maybe Aeon Disc or something, but even that's not great.
Yeah.
They're going into Roche. Refresher.
I guess it does save you from Ench, right? Because she has no way to get to the BKB, so that's kind of solid.
Notice. Throws it out. Pit down. They're taking it quick, though. They're not going to get it in time. They were all there, but they just take it far too fast on Party. And now Notice. He's in trouble. Forced to pop the BKB. Gotta run, but the winner's curse keeping control. Vision is in the advantage of Bet Boom. Notice. Just going to try and get himself out of there. Does not get caught by the coil. So Notice gets back home. Do they want to go in for another round? Now they dewarded. Party. Making something out of nothing. Wait a minute. Oh my God. Got the enrage off on Kushi. They come back in with another. Winner's curse still on cooldown. Cold embrace Makushi. This is a lot of magic damage. I don't know if that was the play. Forced to pop the enrage and run out of there.
All right, but he has Aegis and he's a refresher chart too, so he is a frightening bear. If they want to go for a fight again now with a smoke. Oh, Leveler? Leveler is the I think the highest impact neutral item, right? Across all tiers, if I'm not
Really?
mistaken. Well, I think okay. Well, there are tier 5s as well, but that data is so wonky because we don't hit it that often. But I
Yeah.
believe when Knoxville last posted the stats, in terms of like the most winningest item or whatever, it is the leveler, which sort of makes sense because a lot of the times in these games in this patch, it feels like it's just that one fight and you just go for the GG, and leveler can really help with that and cleaning up the objectives.
That makes sense. I like that. Ooh, you know what I just thought about too? Later on, Lycan getting an Aghanims to add on to Ursa, that sounds really cool.
Well, it would be good, but he doesn't have that new Ursa set that makes him look like Lycan. So you can't actually use the wolf bite on him. It won't let you.
Got it. I understand. That makes sense.
It just takes you to the store page when you try and use it. It just like pops up a window. You can't control your hero anymore.
Well, Heaven has also got the Moonshard completed now. So Hurricane Pike, Moonshard, Ench is no joke. Zeus, Glimmer afterwards. He's going back for the refresher next. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that's going to be like game-changing coming out. I guess the Wind Waker eventually for Void Spirit. That's what he decides to go for. That's a good answer for the Koyo.
That's a great choice. Yes. That is actually perfect. That gives him so much survivability.
Yeah.
And he still isn't 25 yet. I mean, with the pace the press kit was going, I thought he'd have it by now, but not really finishing out a lot of these last fights.
Structures are fortified.
Certainly wouldn't have expected Underlord to be further ahead in experience, but that is what happened. He's on pace to hit 25 first.
Oh, I wonder if he goes. He went the Atrophy Allied bonus. Oh, buddy. All right.
That's big deeps.
Listen, the last time this was in effect, though, it is really funky and weird the way that it works.
Wait, what about Curse, though? Won't he, like, kill his whole team?
So, no. Yes, he will.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like you just stop buying damage item versus Wyvern, but still.
Right. So the way that this works is that when he is nearby his allies, they gain the aura, but they don't gain Underlord's damage. They just get the aura themselves. Because the way it used to work is that if like Underlord had like 300 damage or something with the old Ags, he would just give his entire team 300 damage. But now they have to build it themselves. So it's a little bit less good, but it's still very strong.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah. So
why
like,
does it work like that?
I don't know. That's the way it works. He basically gives them the aura, but they don't get the damage because the damage is tied to the individual hero.
Oh, that's so weird. But you get it while you're around him.
Yes.
No, but,
so
like he's... Oh, yeah, so he's giving Sineko damage right now as he kills those creeps.
Right. Well, he's giving... Yeah, exactly. Sineko gets that damage, but you see, like, Dahak has 24 and Sineko has 56. That's because Sineko's been closer to him.
Wow.
But
okay, all right. Now I know.
If they're all in a 5-on-5, it won't really matter. They're all going to get a ton of damage.
Yeah, I didn't know they changed that, actually. Thank you.
Underneath the aura? Notice? Big jump forward, big damage. Oh, you guys got to get the heck out of here. Everybody's going to be hitting so hard. Sineko in some trouble. Munkushi turned around upon. Notice is going to drop, though. The Bear Man's a little bit stronger. Sineko tries to rebound his way out. Will escape. The Hawk trying to stand tall. Will drop down the Sprout, but it's not enough. Silence afterwards. The Hawk, the sidekick. Isn't enough. It will be. He gets all the heal from the Satanic and the sidekick, and now turning, looking for Laurel. There's no buyback on two of those heroes.
Oh,
Laurel chased down by Pasha. Needs to move back in. They're in trouble. They caught the press kid. He's leashed. He's trying to get out. Can he escape? They will manage to, but they have lost so much. And no, he won't. They get the Hex off. Oh, my God. Too much in the end. Miss. Dude, he's a little bit upset about that one. The old miss
buyback. That buyback was so good from Notice, though. He buys back. He TV's right in the middle of that fight. Comes in with a scythe, has the root. Obviously, his aura is going that whole time there, too. He just did everything to ruin Munkushi's time.
Radiant's middle tower
unreal. And now
your faith in Bet Boom was not misplaced.
They're still very good. There is a Winter's Curse here available. Gotta be careful. Immersion waiting for the moment, but they're not giving it to him. The Hawk. They want to keep this last Rax alive. They also don't want to buy back on the Ursa if they don't have to. Do they go for this? Blink. Winter's Curse, but the blink forward Sineko. Is it going to be enough damage to kill the Hawk? I don't think so. They tried everything that they could, but it wasn't enough. Wyvern
Heaven's
dead.
got damage, though.
He's trying desperately. Couple punches from downtown. Can they get him? Oh, they're going to run into this little Venn diagram. They toss him into it. Oh, good play by Seneko. No buyback on the edge. Now they find Pasha with the buyback from Ursa. Bedboom going to respect that potential danger and get out of town.
Man, Seneko, such a nuisance throughout this. I love the way he's using the dispos with the Nimbus. It's like throwing people into it, and then he's also just running in and rebounding his allies and jumping back out so that they have the movement speed during the middle of these fights. And also, a Void Spirit with plus 224 bonus damage seems kind of scary with his ulti.
Aether Lens, lift up. This guy doesn't have buyback. Mankushi forced to pop that BKB. Tries to run away the leash. Where's your jump out? Where's the Battle Fury? Sheep knew the whole time this was the problem. And they take down the Ursa. Ursa is going to fall. No ability to break those trees.
Get out the leveler.
It's time. The tier 4s are going to fall. And I think that this is just about going to do it, barring a miracle. Oh, Depressed Kid trying so hard just to stop this pressure, but there are creeps coming into the base. You can't kill them all. Coil used, but the inevitability of the Hawk hitting your Ancient. And GG is going to be called a 2-0 from Bedboom.
Heartbreaker here for Pariparni. Chances in this game. They found that pacing they were hoping for, and every single time, though, Bedboom were just squeaking around and finding answers, you know? They might lose fights, but they take objectives. They keep slowing you down, pushing you back, and despite Puck being the best hero in the game, at least it feels like to me right now in pro games, the Press Kid not able to lead them to a victory there with those coils, despite what seemed like a really good opportunity in the mid game.
Right, and I think that it kind of speaks to Bedboom's sort of certainty in their drafts. They never really like pushed the tempo in the moments where they didn't have to. They kind of, I think, always had faith that this was the way the game was going to go if it went late enough. And there were some scary moments in there, but they were able to pull it together in the end. Impressive stuff from them.
Yeah, they just they keep playing their style and they keep winning games. So I have a feeling Dahak might not get this profit much more. Next team will be like, I'll try my luck with a Visage maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, give him something else. Just don't let him beat you with that. But for now, at least, that's going to do it for us. 2 games, 2-0. Bedboom still looking solid, and Pariparni still struggling there at the bottom of the bracket. But we got some people that will break down all that action and give you the updated stand-ins and all the other good stuff right after this quick break.
Bedboom take that game number 2. It's looking great. Everyone decided to just walk out on me, and I just wanted to apologize to Fear for leaving him. So if you want to join me back, at least accept my apology. Yeah, okay, here we go. We got Fear. Sheep, no, I'm not apologizing. You can stay over there. Please join us. You always have so much insight. We got to talk about this
put it back. Put it
we
back.
got to talk about this Ursa.
Oh my goodness.
I only have my hand.
I'm out of here again.
Okay, we are actually going to break down this game. I promise you we're not that unhinged. Let's talk about this Ursa. That's definitely something... Actually, no. Let's talk about lane swap-ups, actually.
For sure.
That is going to
like
eventually
a lane
lead into
swap with my Fear.
Please come back on set. I'm begging you as host right now. Please come back on set. Yes, lane swaps. Let's talk about those ones and sort of how they panned out for both sides, both Bedboom and Pariparni.
Okay, all right. Let me break this down. So they lane swap because they really want the Ursa against the Underlord. But guess what? They didn't think about the implications of that. Because guess who comes with Underlord, baby? It's Zeus! Force Major, absolutely tearing up the lanes. This dude had so much impact as a Zeus in the early game. He got the first blood on the Ursa, he rotated mid, he killed the Puck, then he goes to the tower to deny himself, kills a courier, kills himself, TP's back to the lane, kills Ursa again, and then just, chills for a little bit, and then does some more. But oh my god, that series of events was the most Giga Chad shit I ever seen in my life. Like, he was so impactful in those couple of minutes. Like, the most I've ever seen from anyone. Amazing player.
Yeah, fantastic for Bedboom there. That's what happened with the support Zeus, right? Obviously, kind of really did not play out in Ursa's favor there, Fear. But for the other lanes, were you impressed with how they went and sort of Bedboom's able to capitalize on just what this Zeus did for the team?
the other lanes did okay, right? I think the Puck did pretty decent in his lane. Lycan farmed up too, but like you're playing into this Underlord who was incredibly farmed, so I don't think Lycan was able to have the impact that he wished he could have had in this game. I mean, they did pick the Underlord into the Lycan, and obviously said Force Major completely gave a free lane to this Underlord, so it really just slowed down the impact of all the other heroes. The route was really annoying in this particular game.
Yeah. In the middle part of that game, though, it felt that there were certain fights where maybe Bet Boom, I don't know how to say it, right? Like, let's just say they weren't looking as dominant as game one with some of those fights.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't have a ton of team fight. It wasn't until I think Zeus got his Agnums online where they really struggled to like get the team fights. The Puck was getting a lot of good coils off. Laurel, unfortunately, like missed a lot of initiations this game where they were really key for Betboom to be able to like take the fights. Didn't quite hit the remnant when he needed to, so it really just slowed down the fights all the way up until when they got the Nimbus. And then I would give a lot of props to Snako, who was getting most all the good initiations this game. The pit was down, the Nimbus was down, he kept getting the disposes right into there. So when Snako got the good initiation, the fights looked good for Betboom.
Was that the only sort of downfall for Paripan here, or I guess upside was that middle game where they were able to take some fights, or were there other aspects, Sheep, that you thought were silver linings and moments of hope?
I mean, there's a lot to talk about with the Aegises, good and bad. Like, they did get an Aegis, that was a good point, and then Ursa farmed with the Aegis the entire time, and then as soon as it expired, he joined a fight and died instantly, which was a bad point.
Yeah.
And obviously, they contested the second Roche and nearly got that. Unfortunately, it slipped away. However, they won the team fight off the back of that, because it was everyone in one space. They were able to use their team fight. I think they gave away the third Aegis. There was a lot of Aegises in this game. but yeah, I don't know. I think like they just didn't like capitalize on their timings too much. Like you're an Ursa with an early Aegis, and he has a Midas. Like he needed. We were talking a lot about the Battle Fury. He didn't get that. Seemed to struggle. Like you're buying a Midas and going AFK. You may as well buy Battle Fury. It's good for the game anyway. And like I don't know. I think on Ursa he just wasn't doing as much as I think he needed to.
Okay, so we outlined there that Paripani couldn't really sort of capitalize on those Aegises. Even though they were winning some team fights for you guys, what was Betboom doing so well to stay in the game during that sort of lull moment for them where they were struggling to take fights?
The Hawk ratting.
He was ratting.
Yeah, he delayed the game, allowed them to get their key items up, and ended up taking the Barracks bottom at some point when there was like a bad team fight going on, so really just slowed down the game for them.
Yeah, Betboom did well to sort of come back in this, hold on and close it out. Not only this game, but also this series, which means we now have our interview. It is going to be with Mag, the coach of Betboom. Mag, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on the win. How are you guys? What's the communication like during the drafts?
During the drafts, usually it's me and Saneko.
Oh, okay.
And we was prepared quite good. We actually, how to say, we was playing our default heroes. I don't know, not nothing new, nothing special. We prepare something special for the last games. So this one we just play it as always.
Do you feel that there is a need to place higher importance on Zeus, or he's very situational hero in this patch?
I cannot say how exactly I'm thinking about this hero, because it must give some information for other teams how much I rate this hero. Of course, it's good hero, it's meta hero. Like only I think in China and Asia they didn't play Zeus a lot, but in Europe right now it's very popular hero at position 4. And yes, I think it's quite good. This game, for example, we pick it against Wyvern. He can always show Wyvern position in fights, and it gives. It's very easy to kill this Wyvern first with Zeus in your draft. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely should.
Sure. So my question will be, when you guys like choose what heroes to like pick in a game, you and Snako decide the hero picks, right? But do you base it off of what people play in pubs, or do you kind of want your teammates to learn certain heroes that you think are good as like the captains and coach?
Sorry, I want you to repeat one moment
sure.
that you was asking about heroes that we pick or we ban against the opponents.
It was like you and Snako mainly pick the heroes, right? Do you tell your team to like learn the heroes you want them to play, or do you
of
pick
course.
heroes that they're good?
Yes. Yeah, it's like the homework.
It's so good.
Like, you need to play 10 pubs on this hero. Next Clan Wars, we're gonna pick it. If you are not ready, it's your problem.
Amazing.
So, do the other players get any input during the draft, or is it just you and Snako?
Yes, when it depends on, for example, it depends on their heroes, their role. Yeah, for sure. Like when you drafting, for example, you want to pick a mid hero. Like this game, we see Pac. Yes, the casual counter pick, like it's Tiny, Void Spirit. It's not bad matchup against Pac. For example, this game we was choosing between these heroes. We was talking about them. They banned Kunka, there was Tiny and Void Spirit in the pool. And we was thinking who we wants to pick. And we didn't pick Tiny, for example, because it was not a good Tiny game. Because Wyvern is quite good against Tiny. And we see two supports without, like with zero control. So it was much better game for Void Spirit. And of course we was asking our mid player, Larl, which hero he like more. And yeah. And it's going like this. When it come, for example, for any role, before we pick hero, we are asking him, we give him some opportunity, 2-3 heroes, and we choosing hero we like the most in this draft.
Do you ever have disagreements like during the draft? And if so, how do you settle them?
Of course. For example, even sometimes we're choosing between some heroes, and I like one hero more, Saneko like another one more. But it's how it's working. It's very simple. So somebody always has the last word, and in our team, it's captain. So even if I don't agree, it's like he believe in this hero. It's still I feel it's not bad. It's always good, but how to say? Yeah, as I'm trying to explain that in our team it's very easy because the captain has the last word. He choosing heroes, and so he can pick something by his own, and everyone just even if he liked another hero more, it doesn't matter anymore. He just need to play this hero that we picked and focus on game.
Yeah.
Not on heroes that we could pick instead.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's very impressive. And last question, outside of drafting, what have you guys been focusing a lot on when it comes to gameplay?
Communication, it's the most popular, you can, how to say, when it comes to gameplay, laning stage, it's very important. It's always a lot of time, like we're spending on this, playing matchups, watching our replays, talking about matchups. What else?
That's
early game. The early game, of course, the rune control, like minute 4, 6, 8, it's very important. Objectives, play around objectives. You always need to have like priority in the game. If you're playing against Alch, for example, you need to understand that this hero, minute 6, he will go to jungle, and usually he gonna have stacks. So you need to control this moment. But the most important thing, it's of course communication between the team. This you can't have like perfect communication, never. Like it's always the thing you need to work about. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome, Mag. Thank you so much. Very informative. We appreciate you coming on and doing the interview, and congratulations again to you and the team for the win.
Yeah. Thank you. The last word, like it was nice to see you here.
Oh, nice to see you again too. It's been a long time.
Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, the most interesting games gonna come soon, like our game against Outsiders and Team Spirit, and yeah, we are focusing on this. Maybe we're gonna see. I hope we're gonna see next time. Maybe it's gonna be not me, somebody from my team. But I'm hoping for winner interview. So.
Hopefully, we look forward to it. Good luck. Thank you so much again, Mag. We'll see you later.
Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Have a
Bye.
good night.
That was so in depth.
Yeah.
When you asked the first question, he was like, "I can't reveal that information." I was like, "Oh," but then he just like went off
He's talking
around
so
the rest. I'm
much.
like, "Yeah, I appreciate that. That's like you learn a lot. It's really cool."
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. We get from that interview that Bet Boom are doing a lot. They're improving a lot, and it definitely shows in the results. As we have a look at these standings, we can see where they are sitting now that they have that 2-0 up against Paripani, and that is in third spot right there. Well, actually, technically second, as they are tied with Navi. Team Spirit still up there first, and then it is Outsiders in fourth, one move. Mind Games, Paripani, and now Rune Eaters down there too. So still not really any breakaway in the ladder per se, but it's shaping up to be a very good one. Do you guys have any closing thoughts or anything that you want to say before we head off for week 4? This is fully end of week 4.
As I predicted.
Oh, the day. It did. Yeah, it did. It did. Very
just
impressive.
the whole ladder, actually.
Oh, okay.
Well, I just completely agree with Fear. Obviously, he's just
yes. You
right
guys have
about
never
everything,
once
so.
disagreed at all.
Yeah,
But we
no,
can
it is.
all agree that this was the end of week 4. It's been a great time. We will see you guys back in studio in a couple days for Division 1 SEA. But until then, enjoy your weekend.
I think it was 2018. Vici Gaming was very strong. Paparazzi used to play for them then. And every single game, there was a Darkseer and a Sven or a Centaur and a Sven, or the Sven was banned, obviously. I like it here. I really do like it because the Warcry would allow you to defend the towers. You don't have to be hitting the creeps all the time. And when it comes to the later portions of the game, you have the Stampede to give you the extra chase. Plus, you know, one more stun that's gonna be going on these guys is quite nice. And also the Enchantress, the hero that you don't really have to hit straight on if you're a Sven, because she's just gonna die from the cleave. So I like to see it, but probably something like an Ursa is the more obvious choice. I'll go for the TA for now, though.
Yeah, the TA comes out, so the Sideblades are going to be able to, as long as you find the line, are going to be able to deal with a lot of the overwhelming forces that come out for X3. Just looking as well at the table, X3 did take a game, took a series off Cybercat, excuse me, so they are now 1-4 with Team Empire, but if they win this against they send the table into a 2-4 with Hydra, X3, and then Team Empire to play a little bit later on today up against Cybercats, which could then send a 4-way tie at the bottom of the table coming into the final week next week to be figured out, let's say, because I mean X3 still have Namiga, who are 5-1, Hellraisers are 4-1 at the top of the table, so they're pretty much looking for one more win each to get themselves up in that Division 1. But at the bottom of the table, they want to survive, they want to be keeping themselves up, so this is going to be a fight for survival every single match for the bottom 4 teams, bottom 5 teams really, because PuckChamp not really, and I guess Cybercats still have Empire to play, so there's a tiebreaker built in there. But yeah, at least X3 Team Empire, Hydra, could be going into a 4-way playoffs at the end of the season.
10 seconds to go.
Did we lose Hurry? I think we did.
5 seconds.
Oh no, it's just me. Let's see what he's saying, because he is sending me a message, so hopefully it's not a massive issue. Okay, net drop. Yeah, okay, he's going to be back. But yes, so there is going to be some playoff potential coming through into the final games of the season to try and break that tie at the bottom of the table. As the Enigma's gone, the Tiny's only... We've slowed down on the bands getting through. But yeah, sorry. What do they want to be banning out? What is the next removal here? Templar Assassin, again, good, strong hero at the minute. How he's going to play up in the safe lane? I mean, is it going to be the safe lane Templar Assassin? That's usually where they've been playing anyway, as the Ember Spirit does get taken away, yes, so even X3 thinking this is going to be the safe lane Templar Assassin, looking to ban out some mid laners, as the Phantom Lancer does go on the side of... No, sorry, to make sure X3 can't overwhelm too much. The Bloodseeker could go in there as well. I suppose it makes sense if the Templar Assassin was going to be the plan pick anyway. Getting super low, if he melts to try and avoid being killed off, the Bloodseeker gonna see him anyway. Leshrak's gonna be ban out. Another good tower pusher puts the pressure onto the side of No Sorry would mean that X3 have a really early push lineup coming through.
10 seconds to go.
Okay, so the Winter Wyvern does come out, which I assume means that the Monkey King is going to be the position 1, Dawnbreaker in the position 3. Winter Wyvern may... No, because you have a Lycan. So... Dawnbreaker
10 seconds
1, maybe? Monkey King 4 with the Lycan in the off lane. And the Invoker comes up for No Sorry, okay.
Time to pick some of these folks.
So let's see what it's going to be. Yeah, 99 well on the Dawnbreaker. So it's actually going to be a mid Dawnbreaker. Next we have position 1 Monkey King. We've got Shegara on the Lycan in the off lane. Nrink and SMN supports. But a mid Dawnbreaker up against an Invoker. Sure wish I had an analyst to tell me how this is going to go. I mean, it's going to be interesting because, I mean, I suppose it depends what the Invoker wants to go for, but he's going to have a lot of regen coming through. Natty Narwhal not really going to be able to get on top of Invoker straight off the bat.
5 seconds.
Going to have the Cold Snaps coming through as well. I assume this is going to be the Invoker going for the Cold Snap EMP kind of build instead of going straight into the Sunstrikes with those Exhort builds. And yeah, Dream just comes out a lot of right-click damage going to be coming through from the Templar Assassin as well. Monkey King, though, going to have the armor. He's got the Wukong's command that he can put through to try and man-fight onto the Templar Assassin. Nothing really to drag him out of that. Because even the Dispose isn't going to be long enough. You know, the Deafening Blast coming through for the Invoker, not going to be a massive amount of move onto the Monkey King. It's just, I'm not sure what the anchor point's going to be here for X3. They're going to have to look for like a good 3, 4, 5-man Winter's Curse to set up for that Wukong's command. Otherwise, the side of No Sorry can just move themselves out with the Centaur War and a Stampede. Get themselves out of danger. So, we're going to be finding out what's going on in the first game. No Sorry versus X3. And again, X3. This is a fight for survival.
Everybody get set.
So let's see what he can do as Yon starts to move through with the rest of his team in the mid lane. Even the Centaur, just last hero. Does he want to be going straight to that off lane, or is he moving himself across? Monkey King. Just in that mischief form though. Gonna get that little bit of extra movement speed. Do they want to smoke? Yeah, no, they do. There is going to be the courier coming out for Templar Assassin, so it looks like they might go for a smoke. Do they have the potential for that first blood at level 1? I suppose the Invoker can always go for the Cold Snap coming through. You know, you've got Yon that maybe goes for the Disposed. Stomp already picked up here for the Centaur Warren as well, so the Hoof Stomp. They are going to go for a big wrap.
"30 seconds to showtime."
Meanwhile, nobody on the side of X3 coming across to No Sorry. You know, they are going to have this free positioning. Whether they look to go any further, they are going to be able to get a decent ward down as well to see if there's any stacks coming through in this jungle. They get the sentry down now as well, so that's going to be, even if they didn't get a first blood, no potential kills there. It is kind of mission complete because they do block off this camp, as long as it stays blocked off now as well. And Rink doesn't have any sentries either. Manic's going to be taking a lot of harass. just into the river. But it looks like Natty Narwhal going to be able to pick up this bounty rune. This one shouldn't really be contested either. So yeah, it should be... Just a 2 for 2. Yeah, no issues. No real aggro coming out from either side. Okay, Rink's actually chasing on to Dream, so maybe a little bit of aggro, but he's not skilled anything up just yet. No chance to slow down to Dream, nothing like that. And Dream actually comes back into the river, doesn't really throw any right clicks or anything. But yeah, TA going for the meld at level 1. This is something a little bit different. As another sentry comes down from Yond. So Thoras coming out from Rink as well. The Dispose does come through now as well with Meldstrike actually. It's going to be a lot of damage onto Rink. Can he run himself away from this? He just immediately pops those Nature's Attendants. Gets himself back a decent amount of health, and the burst damage isn't there. From the side of No Sorry to do the damage up against Rink, even with the Meld coming through. So Shagarat, he's going to be able to do a little bit of damage here, farm up onto the creeps with his Wolves. Yon going to be taking some harass coming out from Rink. And I'm going to be interested to see whether Rink goes for that enchant at level 2, or whether it is going to be with the two technically melee. I mean, Dream's not going to be able to get that attack range for a few levels just yet, so the impetus coming out on Enchantress could do a lot of harass onto Dream, who's nowhere near close to level 2 just yet. Bottom lane, Balance Strike does come through though. Archangel just backing himself away. Last hero there as well. Last hero a little bit tankier. And we're back. Hurry?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
I can speak. There was a pause, so they waited for me.
Oh yeah, they knew you would disconnect, and they were like, we have to wait. We can't just let Rob solo cast this. It'll be a disaster.
No way they said that.
I don't know.
We're gonna have a long talk with them either way. So, given that we or that I didn't miss anything, obviously you were there for all of the action. The one thing I forgot to mention, I don't know if you, it's not us that cast it, but I don't know if you watched. X3 actually beat Cybercats, and they did so in a very good fashion. So I think they're upping their game a little bit.
The Mischief comes out of the bottom lane. Monkey King can get himself away from this one. A little bit more damage, and Asphere might go down, but SMN, yeah, he's just going to be able to get a little bit of body blocks. Last hero couldn't catch up. But yeah, no, I did talk about that during the draft as well. Shagarat might go down here. Can he get himself away? Dream's looking for that damage. He does have the side blade, so he's going to be able to get the distance, and Yond gets taken down by Rink in the back lines here. Dream, he's got that meld back up. Does he want to throw it out onto Rink? He's going to be going for the right clicks now as well. Onto the Enchantress. Enchantress has to run away, but the Wolves, they turn around. The aggression onto Dream. One more. Do they have the damage to take him down? Dream has to go for that run. Does he have the movement speed to get himself away from this? One more right click. It's going to be Rink picking up that kill once again. 2-0-0 here onto the position for Enchantress.
That's really nice. I've seen in pubs a core Enchantress being played in the offlane, and it's so freaking strong. So whenever I see this hero now, I have PTSD because it destroyed me in a game twice in a row. But even as a support with a few points in impetus, you just deal so much damage, and we see that it's just not the easiest to deal with so many units in the lane as a TA. You know, you do have the side blades, but when you only have one. Or two units and not like a billion of them like with the Broodmother, it's not that easy to line up the side blade. So even with this very strong lane, X3 are doing quite well, and we know that what we said multiple times, if Shagarat has a bad time, usually X3 has a bad time, but in Rink he's doing a good job at keeping it safe for his buddy.
Yeah, and in the mid lane as well, Natty Narwhal is putting the pressure onto Manic here. He nearly got on top of him. The Tornado though came in clutch here for Manic, keeping him alive. How do you like this Dawnbreaker up against the Invoker matchup in the mid lane? You know, how does that actually play out? Because I thought you wouldn't even really be able to get on top of the Invoker, but it seems like Natty Narwhal's having a really good time.
Overall, it is hard to kill the Invoker, obviously, but in terms of damage, in terms of attack animation, when you're playing against the Quaswex Invoker, you are gonna have a little bit of an advantage in that regard. And the Dawnbreaker just deals so much damage. You know, Quaswex Invokers usually are used to being harassed and not really caring about it, but when you're playing against the Dawnbreaker, sometimes it can surprise you. I guess that's why Manic got a little bit low there for a second.
Yeah, and So what is it that the Dawnbreaker, the mid Dawnbreaker wants to be? Is it just the same as you'd see in like a carry, maybe going for an Echo Saber, something like that? Or do you think it's going to be more like the off-lane build where you get yourself the Soaring Bracer, go into the BKB, look to then get aggressive? What is it that Natinawa wants to be doing on this mid Dawnbreaker?
Oh, I'm thinking, I'm looking at the game and I'm actually thinking, if you can get away with an Echo Saber, obviously you'd like to get it. But I think BKB is gonna be the case. BKB Shard probably the best way to approach it.
Top lane, they're chasing down onto Dream. Dream is going to go down, and meanwhile on the bottom lane as well, Black Archangel going to be chased down. Nesphere with the right click, and that's going to be a quick couple of kills going the way of X3. So they are starting this game off really well here mid lane as well. Mana going to be taking a lot of frost coming out from that. Well, he didn't have the mana there for the Starbreaker, so couldn't actually do the final touch there to Manic, but still keeping him low, keeping the pressure on here. Invoker not having a great time.
I know that X3 were looking for a coach, so maybe they found him and he told them, guys, let's just focus on the lanes, because X3, they know how to play the mid game. Pretty much everyone in Division 2 now knows how to do it, but they've been losing the laning phase so much that they didn't get a chance to play the game. Now we can see that they pretty much picked to play the laning phase. Monkey King carry, the Dawnbreaker in the mid lane, Lycan and the Enchantress on top. So basically you're putting a lot of emphasis on it, and for now it's working out. It worked out against Cybercats as well.
Yeah, I did talk about that after you dropped during the draft, that at the bottom of the table here, if X3 win this, it puts a bit of a spiral on that table, that there's going to be 3 or 4 teams at the bottom that are all 2 and 3 coming into the final week of the season. So there is the potential for tiebreakers at the bottom to see who stays up in Division 2.
I mean, if I was X3 listening to our cast and being like, X3 are probably gonna go down, the top lane first, let's see this action.
Yeah, there's gonna be the TP coming back in from the Enchantress now as well. Is it gonna be, if Noah gets cancelled off the Bane with the Nightmare, gonna be able to keep the Enchantress locked down here, so he couldn't TP back to help out Shagarat, and he couldn't get those Nature's Attendants off to get the heal in, so the chase down comes from Dream, comes out from Yond as well, and he were able to get that kill.
This is the classic thing you do. If you're losing both of the side lanes, you need to at least make one somewhat even, so that the Invoker actually has somewhere to rotate to and get his first charge of the urn. So I'm liking what Nosari did. They see that they're losing both top and the bottom lane. So what do? You send more heroes to the top lane. The Centaur, yeah, sure, he is gonna struggle, but in the grand scheme of things, once he gets his Blink Dagger, he's still gonna be able to do his job. Whereas the Invoker, he really needs lane to rotate to, and now if Nosari go to the top lane yet again, Invoker can go there and pick up a urn charge.
Yeah, and just actually the Bane and the Winter Wyvern are going to be coming across each other, so there might be some aggression coming through as you see Last Hero cutting the wave. Archangel doesn't want to throw anything out, and in the mid lane as well, there was a massive rotation in, but Natinawa seems to be alright. He's doing okay.
This hero is just so fat. He's like at half HP, and the Marcy comes over and she can't kill you. That's a big statement. Bottom lane though,
Nesphere is going to be able to get that double balance strikeout as well, but Last Hero there with a stomp. Is he going to be able to move himself away from this? SMN with the split shard coming through, and Last Hero going to be slowed down. Arctic Burn, but the Nightmare comes out almost immediately. Yeah, Last Hero going to be able to get the TP away. Invoker does rotate in, but it looks like it might only be... I mean, Nesphere is not really that unhealthy. SMN's got pretty much full health, so it's not really a major gank potential here from the Invoker. As Yond gets the kill onto Nrink in the top lane.
I expected the Invoker to rotate to top. This bottom lane, we'll see if X3 actually give them an opportunity.
Yeah, Last Hero is only level 5. No Stampede just yet. He's one creep away from it, so he will be able to pick it up just there. But do you want to try and chase? And I was saying in the draft as well that, you're going to have the Centaur coming out, so what's the anchor point here for X3? What do they do to keep these locked down while the Wukong command does come out from Nesphere?
You wait. X3's lineup is really good at controlling an area. The thing they need to do is take the top tower, and then whenever the Lycan gets gone on, you need to be responding. So let's say you have the Winter Wyvern close to him, you have the Enchantress somewhere in the enemy jungle really deep, just giving you info. If she dies, who cares? And if they commit onto the Lycan there, then you will turn with the Wukong's command and with the Solar Guardian. I think that's the play for X3, because all of their heroes are really good at counter initiation. If you're just running at the opponents, it's not going to work out. There's going to be a stampede. The tornado will stop you. You're not going to be able to do it. Top lane.
Yeah, Dawnbreaker is going to be coming in onto this, but the stampede comes out. Transformation for Shigar. Do they have anything to stop the TP out? The Dawnbreaker wasn't in range for that Starbreaker, so this will open up the tier 1 tower here for the side of X3. Whether they get it completely, I mean, it looks like, yeah, the Lycan, he's still going to have that transformation up for the next 10 seconds or so they are going to be able to rip through onto this tier 1 tower. It's going to go down. It didn't really cost it cost him a Starbreaker, but apart from that, you know, it's still a free tower now as well. Natty Narwhal, the dispose is going to be used. Yon, though, how does he get himself away from this one? The Arcane Rune is going to be stolen away from Natty Narwhal, but he might just get a kill in consolation. One more right click, he gets it, takes down Yons, and he's going to be happy trading an Arcane Rune for that.
Now it's going to be very hard for No Sorry to play this game. X3, they're going to be overtaking their jungle completely. We can see that there is a ward there, but it's not really showing the high ground. It's just showing the river there from the side of No Sorry. So effectively, they're only defending the Roche. This is something I don't like because you need to keep control of that top part of the map, or at least have vision of what's going on there so that you can make plays somewhere else. But with everything being dark there on the in the big jungle for No Sorry, it's going to be very tough for them to play, and going too deep in the bottom lane is not going to be easy.
Well, look at this, Narinki is level 6, so he does have that 1 point into the Untouchable. He's going to be chased down by Manic as well. Does he have the damage? Dispose comes out from the Marcy. They're going to be able to claim this kill. Dream will pick it up, and even maybe take down the Centaur as well for a little bit of extra gold. I've got to ask, because Dream at level 1 started with the Meld up against the Lycan Enchantress lane, you know, what's the idea behind that coming into the laning stage with the Templar Assassin, do you think, up against those two heroes?
You have a Marcy, she brings them to you or gives you the rebound movement speed, and you just crush them with the armor being low. You know, Enchantress and the Lycan, they do have pretty solid armor, but you know, -5, and suddenly they're at 0 or even at a minus point, so you're going to be doing a ton of damage. So the idea was to be more aggressive than X3. It didn't work out, but overall I'd say No Sorry are looking okay now, considering X3 not really bringing too many heroes to top, I guess. Oh, SMN was level 6. This is weird to me. What X3 are doing right now is that they're allowing No Sorry to farm, and they're allowing No Sorry to overtake the top part of the jungle, which should be in the possession of X3.
They're going to be able to get on top of Naring, though. Naring can get himself away from this one. The Spirit Vessel comes through. Naring's going to try and run himself away, but the Tornado now as well. Roshan even going to get involved in this, but Yon will be able to claim that kill with the Unleash.
As long as No Sorry are in the top lane and protecting 3 or 4 of their camps here, they're happy. They're definitely happy because it's giving them time for the Centaur to farm. Centaur really shouldn't be someone that you're putting a lot of focus on, because the bottom lane can be dangerous for the side of X3. But the top lane, Enchantress dying that deep the first time was fine, but now he died pretty... you know, pretty far away from the enemy towers, and that's something that shouldn't happen. Mid lane.
The Fiend's Grip is going to be coming through. Natty Narwhal can he get himself away from this one. The Spirit Vessel's still going to be doing a lot of damage, but he can turn this one around. There is going to be the Nightmare onto the Winter Wyvern. The Dispose comes out as well. Does he want to go for the... He doesn't want to use the ultimate now. He's going to use the Winter's Curse, and that is going to be the Solar Guardian coming through onto the Marcy. Can he follow up the damage here? A really nice Celestial Hammer to get the kill onto the Invoker, or at least do the damage to Shigura. Can claim that kill. Backlines. Do they want to chase even further now? As the Shapeshift does come out from Shigura, he might go Marcy. Looking awful tasty there, but it might just be the tier 1 tower that's the next target. The Winter Wyvern did go down. Yon, the Valor Strike really nice onto that rebound from Yon, and that's going to be a really nice setup for the kill there as well. Shigura, and now the Wukong Command does come through. Last hero, can he get himself away from this? Shigura going to be taking a lot of damage. Black Archangel, one more right click from Ring. No, the Brain Tap! It keeps him alive, but this tier 1 tower gets really darn low still inside that Wukong Command. Last hero, going to be taking a lot of damage. Dream, he needs to get himself outside of it now as well. The Celestial Hammer gets used, but just as a defensive slowdown, it looks like, from the side of X3.
They do get to defend that tower. Overall, the mid lane tower for No Sorry in this game in particular doesn't mean much, because you have no blink stun initiation from the side of X3. That is when losing the mid lane tower is actually a problem for you. But still, you don't want to lose it that early, especially with you being able to control your top part of the jungle. I think No Sorry got a bit greedy going for the Dawnbreaker that early on, and they just don't have the damage just yet. They thought with the Spirit Vessel it's going to be enough, but they miscalculated by just a bit, and in the end it cost them. But protecting the tower is gonna make it somewhat okay for them.
Yeah, and we'll see what... I mean, we've not really talked a lot about Nastria because he's been mostly farming. He's not really had to get involved apart from that last fight onto the tier 1 tower. Going for that Battle Fury, 14 minutes in, he's already got the power tread. So what is it that this Monkey King wants out of the game after the Battle Fury? Is it straight into the BKB to offer some protection coming out for No Story, or is he more bothered about getting more damage items up to get himself involved? What is it that Nastria wants?
I'm thinking Ags Scotty, maybe a BKB somewhere in between if he feels like he needs it, but might not be necessary in this game. But Ags Scotty, I think, is the way to go. Once you get the Scotty, the TA is not a hero any longer.
Oh, Manic, he is going to be seen as the Sentry Ward does go down, but he's going to be able to put the Cold Staff as well. That Spirit Vessel going to be the rebound into the Dispose now as well. Enchantress, there's even going to be the Unleash coming through from Marcy, and Marcy doing the damage. No, the Balance Strike comes out, and Yond, he's going to get controlled, and Ring might heal up from this. The Stampede comes out, though. They're going to be able to get the kill onto Natty now. Can they carry on going? SMN does have that Winter's Curse if he gets into too much danger. Might pop it onto the last hero here, maybe even Black Archangel if he can find the vision onto it, but it looks like the Bane is super evasive. Trap comes out, SMN's going to be spotted in, the Blink comes out with the Stampede, so they're going to be able to take the kill, and Manic rotates in as well, so they're going to be able to put the pressure onto this tier 1. Fortification will be used, but X3, it doesn't look like anyone else is bothered about rotating in to protect this tier 1 tower.
Now, they did have the damage when they bring Dream and last hero getting his Blink Dagger. It's a problem. Now, this mid lane tower falling, it is going to be a big deal because guess what? No, sorry, they have a Blink initiation for them. Nestfir, though, in good position. Oh, he's in trouble.
They're going to try and set up onto the Monkey King, as well. The Dispose comes out with a Centaur Stomp, though. It's going to be able to get himself away from this one. The constant damage Balance Strike's going to be used there. It's going to be using the Wukong command as well. Mischief, he dodges a little bit of damage with the Solar Guardian coming as well, but Nestfir, he's getting so low. Will he survive through this now as well? No rotation in front. Marcy comes right back in, gets the kill with the Dispose.
And I didn't spot that ward right off the bat, so the Monkey was in a good position to actually use the Wukong's command, but considering that they had vision on him, they stopped him when he wanted to go for a jump, and ultimately because of it he dies. The Invoker turnaround kill obviously gonna be okay, but not the best thing in the world. X3 again don't have the control of the top part of the map, and no sorry are continuing to fight with on the TA. The Deso is ready, the Dragonlance is there, and this TA plus the Centaur, they kill anyone, and they will always have a Stampede to get out of it, especially now when there is no Solar Guardian. The only thing that you need to keep tabs on is where is the Winter Wyvern. If you see him, there's absolutely no chance that any of the X3 heroes will be saved.
Yeah, and I'm just looking through as well that you've got the Centaur that's got himself the Vanguard, he's got himself a Bracer, so he's pretty tanky. The Blink Dagger to get on top. So a good fight here from No Sorry. They could potentially go straight into the Roche Pit with the Minus Hour coming out from the Templar Assassin, the Control there from the Invoker, the Bane as well. There's going to be a lot of setup damage here to take a quick Roshan on the side of No Sorry. So X3, you can see them playing around this top part of the map anyway. You talked about how the Lycan likes this top jungle, the enemy side jungle, and push it. It just allows him to put pressure onto the tier 2 tower. But this is going to be even more important right now for X3 to control this part of the map because, like I say, one lost fight, and that just opens the pit right up.
I think that time has passed. Right now, X3, their control of the top jungle is pretty much how long can you survive there, because No Sorry do have the tools to go for it. I like that you mentioned the Roche, because the most classic play now would be smoke into Roche for the side of No Sorry, and X3 are expecting that. That's why you see so many heroes around it, and they even walk into it themselves.
Yeah, they're going to be getting themselves straight into the pit, and the Sunstrike came out just before they moved themselves in as well, so it won't scout this out, and it looks like X3 not really going to be put under too much pressure, and even if they are, they have SMN outside of the pit, even going to get himself a double damage rune here as well, so he can set up for a really nice Winter's Curse. Sunstrike will be coming through, but it's going to be way too late. The Aegis goes the way of 90 Narwhal, and X3 can pull themselves out of the pit. Really nice snatch there from the side of X3.
Beautifully done. Really beautifully done. This is the... both teams are, I think, doing a good job at preventing the enemies to do what they want to do. They're not really doing what they would like to do themselves. In a sense, No Sorry aren't getting kills now with the Centaur and the TA. X3 didn't manage to control the top part of the jungle for... as much as I would have wanted them to see, but both of the teams have prevented each other from kind of doing what they want. With taking away from the Aegis for the TA, Dream won't be able to assert the dominance now in the next 5 minutes, which is actually a big timing, but the second Roche is actually was the biggest deal for the TA. Meanwhile, around the outpost...
Solar Guardian is going to be coming in. They get the physical onto the Lycan now as well, but the stun comes up. Black Archangel, do they have the damage to take down the Lycan? The BKB going to be used by Dream, and it looks like the Lycan is going to be able to run himself away from this one as well. The control comes out to Natty Narwhal. Natty Narwhal does have that Aegis Aegis. Tries to get the Celestial Hammer away, but that is going to be the Storm of the backlines as well onto the Enchantress now. The Winter's Curse comes out. They're going to be able to go into the Marcy. Really nice setup for the Wukong's command. So the damage, the Balance Strike even to keep them controlled. And the last hero, they turn this fight around. They only lose the Aegis, and now they can go on to Dream as well. Dream, can he run himself away from this one as well? He's trying to do what he can with the rifles coming through, but he's going to be cleaned up. Nesphere gets himself a triple kill and puts him in the perfect position to put onto this tier 2 tower top.
There's that turnaround fight with the Wukong's command and the Winter's Curse. Just beautifully done by the side of X3. Of course, all of it enabled by the Dawnbreaker. While they were killing the Dawnbreaker, the monkey was still farming. And then when he died the first time, that is when the Winter Wyvern and the Monkey King actually came in. You know, just a beautiful setup with the Winter's Curse and the Monkey King. Well, the rest was pretty easy for him. I'm not liking that No Sorry aren't going for pickoffs. Big team fights isn't really the way to go, though. Now, when there are no ultis, you do have a small timing that you can utilize. So No Sorry, if there was ever a time to smoke, it's right now.
And right on cue, they do smoke out. Dream is still dead, but he could look to catch up. Doesn't have the boots of travel. It's just going to be the power tread. So he does TP to the tier 2 tower, maybe looking to scout how traps get dropped. But which way are they going to rotate? Manakid's leading the line here. The Ghost Form comes out with the smoke. So he's going to have a lot of movement speed coming through now as well. He's got that the boots of travel queued up, but he doesn't have it himself. So, they might be able to get themselves off. No, Nesphere, he gets himself into the trees, but the rebound not going to be able to catch up, and he just immediately gets himself behind the tier 2 tower. And the follow-up was that Winter's Curse. It is available once again. So now do they want to go for this? Because, I mean, No Sorry, they need to get themselves away. The Balance Strike, it catches out onto the Marcy. You want to carry on going. Is there going to be a follow-up as well? The Stampede does get used here. The Winter's Curse, it comes out onto Manic. Really nice catch here. Sets up for the Solar Guardian now as well. So this looks like it's going to be a really nice Starbreak. He sets up. The Storm comes out. The Black Archangel can get himself away from this one. The Fire coming through from the Black Dragon. And they get another 4 heroes. X3 with 2 wipes in a row. Only Templar Assassin saving this time. And again, this just sets up the top tower. You can see that the creeps are pushing in. It's a tier 3 tower this time. No buybacks on 2 heroes. No Sorry. They have that opening. They have the window to do some damage onto this. And boy, God, are they going to take it.
This is the thing. It's the timing of the game where the TA should be the strongest hero. He has the BKB and he cannot fight. Right now, I don't think they'll get the Raxes, though. They might actually do 10 seconds until the Invoker, and you have a Lycan on your side. They're thinking about the Wukong's command. Yeah, they'll go for it. Getting the Raxes this early on, especially on the top lane against the TA, if you prevent the second Roche from the side of No Sorry, the game is just over, because No Sorry, they're not going to have their timings any longer. This is looking really good for X3. 2 fights in a row, and all of it enabled by that Roche.
Yeah, and the Dawnbreaker as well, he's gone for the death, so no extra, just straight into that Desolator, and coming out on the Courier now as well, so he's going to have that Blink Dagger, which means that he's going to have the opening to get on top of heroes, you know, blink in, just immediately pop that Starbreaker as well, for the control coming through onto this, and Marty Narwhal, you can see, he's third in the net worth, but he's setting up so many kills, like you say, or he's finishing off with the Solar Guardian from the Winter's Curse, you know, the Winter's Curse into the Solar Guardian, the setup coming through from the side of X3. How did No Sorry deal with this? You know, what's the game plan that comes out that they can say, right, you know, we just have to jump on the Winter Wyvern, or we just need to look to split push towers? What is it that No Sorry need to do here to try and get themselves back into this game?
I think the plan for them doesn't change much. The only problem is, of course, the top tower. So you're always going to have to commit, or the top Raxes, so you have to commit 1 hero. They're not really good at split pushing, though. But catching heroes 1 by 1 is what you need to do, or force things around the map. See, what Black Archangel just did, dying there isn't that bad of a thing. Because, you know, you are dying in the enemy side of the map, and your TA will get out. Luckily for him, he had to use the BKB, but smart move overall. But No Sorry, the only thing they have left in the tank is be out on the side lanes really deep, and the supports tanking the ganks. Or if you see a solo hero, you go on him, and once the TPs start coming through, you just run away with the Stampede. Right now, No Sorry need to buy for time and try to force out mistakes from X3. If you just wait, you will lose. If you just farm, you will get hunted down. So making moves, trying to force X3 into a mistake, for them not to have their ultis and TPs would be ideal. But thinking that you're gonna catch the Winter Wyvern, where I think that's gonna be a bit optimistic.
Yeah, and you can see as well that Shagrat, he's already got that AC coming out as well, and Rink's got the 4 points into the Nature's Attendant, so the heals are there. Nazi Novel, obviously with the Solar Guardian, you've got the Jingu Mastery that comes out for the Monkey King, even the Cold Embrace coming through for the Winter Wyvern, so the kill potential here on the side of No Sorry, there's so much regen, there's so much protection that you have to get through on the side of X3 that it's just, you know, I'm looking at this going, like you say, that they need to find a pick-off, they need to, you know, get themselves in, kill, get themselves out, but I really don't know how they get a single hero out here without an immediate response from the rest of X3.
No way. You are not. The second you jump someone, I think it's only to force out things from the side of X3. And X3 right now, they're playing really well. They go towards the bottom lane. They know that the Rosh will be spawning soon, so they want to overtake the top part of the map. They don't have to push in the top lane. It's going to do that themselves. And the only lane they can fight in and pretty much crush No Sorries around the mid lane, and they see Yond. That's where they will strike.
They're going to be able to set up with this one as well. It's a really nice blink on the backline, so to set up from the Starbreaker now. The Wukong's command comes out. The Solar Guardian's going to be point blank as well. They're going to be doing a lot of damage. They take down the Templar Assassin. They take down Manic. No buybacks for both of these heroes here now as well. So this is going to be, again, another setup. They can take this tier 2 tower down in the mid lane. Maybe take a tier 3 tower down as well, and then look to back themselves up. Yeah, it might be. They might even just push straight onto tier 4s once they see there's no buybacks coming out from the side of No Sorry.
Okay, they have the Crimson Guard, so that's gonna at least slow down the push somewhat. But with no buybacks or No Sorry, they actually doesn't necessarily know this, so they might not commit. But even with this semi-committal to the Raxes, they're gonna take them. I don't see No Sorry doing anything, and now they're gonna be aware that the cores don't have buybacks, because if they had, they would have went for the stun into a buyback.
Yeah, the balance strike comes down to 2 now as well. Yon's going to go down. There is going to be a physical coming through onto Natinawa, but are they going to survive through this? It looks like he's still going to be alive. He will be alive. With the Brain Sap, the Nightmare, it keeps the Bane alive, but he's still going to go down. It's going to be the kill for Nrink. Gets himself the double. This is just going to be Magus, and you can see this coming through. There's going to be buyback coming through from 2 heroes on the side of No Sorry, but again, they still don't have Dream, and it's going to be a lot of damage from the side of X3. Nrink tries to run himself away. The Spirit Vessels are a really big balance strike. Gets the kill onto Yon now as well. Shugrat's going to try and run himself away. The Dust Reveal comes out, and Manic, he just has to pop the ice path or the ice wall to come out, but this is still going to be a lot of damage coming through onto the melee racks on the bottom lane, and it's not going to be long before they can reset here. But it looks like X3, they know what they've got. They don't want to overextend. They just get themselves back out of this, go back to farming. Even the TP away from Shagrat to this top lane, going to be a long Roshan, but they've really set up a beneficial position with having 2 lanes of racks down. No Sorry can't really leave the base without losing maybe a tier 4, maybe the racks on the bottom lane. You know, it's so much pressure put on the side of No Sorry now.
And the second Roche will 99% not go their way. The only way they can fight it is smoke and go there, but they will not be able to find or pinpoint the Winter Wyvern, which means that automatically you are kind of 99% certain to lose the fight. I think No Sorry, even now, maybe even if they're not talking about it, in their heads, everything is like, why didn't we smoke? Why didn't we run at the enemies when we got the blink on the centaur? How could we let them get that Roche? We prevented them from taking the part of the map they wanted to play in, and then we just weren't there when the Roche was happening. And now you see that they're smoking because they know the Roche might be up. You lose the Roche, you lose the game. So they have to go there, but they're going in a...
Well, they're going to be able to get the Stampede onto the Lycan now as well. The Sunstrike comes out. They might be able to clean up onto Shagrat. Shagrat going to try and get the transformation wave, but the Dispose comes out. They're still going to be able to get the kill, though, onto Black Archangel. And the damage onto the last hero now as well. Last hero not going to be able to run himself away from this. One more right-click Nazi Narwhal does get the kill, and the Bane is dead. No buyback. And X3... do they even want to be... I mean, 2 heroes are down. Do they want to just try and force out the buyback from the Centaur here? Because Roche still about a minute away.
You want to poke. You want to poke. You don't want to commit full on. Oh, the monkey has a Scotty. Okay, actually, you might actually use the Wukong's command. No reason to do it, though. You can use the Wukong's command to get the Raxes, but you don't have to. I think risking anything right now on the side of X3 would be unnecessary, because this game is over. The enemies cannot fight you around the Roche pit. We saw what happened. They got a perfect jump. That was lucky for No Sorry that X3 weren't in position, and you still get beat up.
Yeah, and now it's going to be 30 seconds till this Roche. Nasvir with the haste rune as well. He's scouting around. There's even going to be the TP. Look at this, creeps pushing into the base. There's no one in here. Last year, once he comes back alive, we'll be able to put the pressure on. But it's... it does just feel like it's a matter of time here, literally a matter of time before the Roshan comes back up. The big man going to be back up in 12 seconds. Sunstrike trying to scout it out. He's not going to be back up just yet, but the timing is pretty much there. And no, sorry, playing on the other side of the map here because they just can't contest into this rush.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do about it. They need to prepare for once the Roche is gone. If sorry, go for a smoke right now into the enemies, they will lose the fight. Make no mistake, and it seems like they're attempting to do so. You're running into enemy vision. I think the smartest move here would be take the Roche and be prepared for when the opponents are transitioning to the bottom lane. That probably would have been the best play for them.
Well, it's going to be, in fact, Lycan pushes out. They don't actually go into the pit here on the side of X3. So what can they do? They're waiting.
Look at SMN's position. He's perfect.
Yeah, on top of the cliff, he's just waiting. He's got that blink dagger, so he can close the gap, get that Winter's Curse off. The smoke going to be fading now on the side of No Sorry. Moving themselves back around. Yond, it's going to be another wraparound coming through, but the Lycan just says, okay, if you're not going to show, I'm going to go and take your axe. So I'm going to put you on the clock. And it's going to force back the TP from Archangel, forces back the TP from last hero now as well. And now that they know this is back, they're going to be able to move themselves into Roche, maybe even find a pick-off. Dream looking to contest this, but the backline to Winter's Curse comes out. They're going to be able to at least lock down Mike now as well. Cold Embrace going to be used. Dispose comes out. The Meteors get dropped, but this is going to be the death of the Invoker now. Did we get anything more out of this? The Winter Wyvern will go down.
on the cliff.
Yeah, what's he going to be able to do? He's been teased, and he can't get himself away from this. He's going to be able to get the blink down now. But they do lose the Invoker for that, and the Winter Wyvern got the curse off. He used his big spell to set up and open up this gap here for the side of X3.
Weird decision from SMN. I think you don't have to do anything there. You just need to wait, and the Lycan will do his job. And yeah, the Sugarrat is just gonna continue to do it. The glyph will be used. Next time around, these Raxes fall, which means that X3, once they have all of their heroes, they just walk into the ocean. No, sorry. Okay, they did force some things out, so they did manage to do well after that one, but it cost them a glyph. I think now, again, you set up for when the enemies are coming for the push. You wait for them, but they're just running in. This is... Oh, there's no Wukong's command. They have 20 seconds window. This might actually work out for the next three or not. They're not dumb to stay there. Really smart move from them to pull back.
Yeah, they do have that trap in the pit that's not been dewarded. This sentry is just a little bit too low range, so the Psionic trap will spot out any rotations into the Roche pit, which looks like this is what kind of hinging this fight on. They want to set up with this vision, and they want to try and maybe get a jump into the pit. I mean, the BKB is back up to Templar Assassin in 8 seconds, so that's going to be the perfect timing with the 2 spells, the 2 ultimates coming out on the side of X3. But yeah, it's kind of, again, they're just kind of struggling to maybe find an opening here on the side of No Sorry, and it just means that X3 can get themselves into the pit. The damage coming through onto the Roche as well. And if they're going to go, they have to go now. It has to be literally now or never. Young gets in. He's going to be able to get the dispose off onto 2 of them now as well. So they are going to be able to steal this Aegis off. Is this going to be the turnaround that needs? The Solar Guardian does come through now as well. They unleash the backline, so they're going to be able to do a lot of damage. Take down the Master. Dream will go down as well. Aegis does get popped. Archangel's going to fall. Last hero now. He just set up here for Dream. Dream can get himself away from this. He's already used the BKB. And that is going to be pretty much game. GG is going to be called here. So it was one last hurrah, but it wasn't the hurrah they needed. It was going the way of X3, and all of a sudden, No Sorry, completely out of it. Well, I say all of a sudden, they've been out of it for the past, 10 minutes. But X3, final nail in the coffin there, taking No Sorry down in game number 1.
Yeah, other than the stealing of the Roche when they were arguably weaker on the side of X3, I think a big play was also that fight in the mid lane that got them the second lane of Rax, got them the tier 3 in the bottom. After that, it was quite easy. But X3 just... I'd say beautiful reading of the map, especially when they are winning. So I saw people in the chat even thinking that X3 get a coach. I know that they were looking for one, but I don't have the info if they found it and who it is, if they did. But they are definitely approaching the game in a different way, and for now it's working out for them. I think, No Sorry, they need to put a little bit